This is getting me fucking rattled.
Did she accuse her mom of, like, killing someone that she used to date?
Yes! Yes!
No, Sherilyn, that's what you want. Great.
Give me my refund. Chelsea, I'm gonna lose it. Exactly. Let's chat. There's so much. This was insane.
You're listening to the Here for the Clout podcast. Here are your hosts, Sherilyn Dale and Cece Suarez. Yeah, baby.
Welcome back, Clout Kings, Queens, and In-Betweens. You're listening to Here for the Clout podcast. I am Sherilyn Dale, and this is my beautiful other host. Whenever I say co-host, I don't want it to ever sound like being like, oh, the co-host, like my co-host.
I'm her assistant. I'm your PA.
See, you are when I need people to fucking go hard and I'm scared in comments. I'm just like, it's either Chelsea or Sienna. But her name is Cece Suarez because I didn't finish that. So welcome.
That is me.
Back. Our feral mommies. Daddies.
Oh.
Yeah.
And brothers and sisters.
I'm getting all... I'm like, lately we've been having a glass of wine before we come on, and I'm like, I guess it's like wine hour. But if we're posting on Wednesdays, Wine Wednesdays is really cool, and then we also post on Fridays, and that's kind of like Fridays are reserved for the girls too, so that's great for us. I love your Stay Spicy cup, and I want one that says Stay Feral. I think that now we get to like kind of integrate a little bit of. Is that like vinyl on it, or is it like etched?
No, it's like etched into it. Yeah, one of my subscribers.
I love that.
Yeah, one of my subscribers made this for me, and then she made one as well that said Little Dumpling Club or something like that, because I did a video with my sister not long time ago. It was like 2 or 3 years ago, and we just kept like, I don't know why we like kept like mentioning dumplings in it.
Why did I miss this? You and Carly? I would have seen this.
Yeah, I deleted it.
Oh, okay, because I'm like, I've seen everything. Yeah. I've never seen this.
Yeah, I deleted it. Someone on Reddit was asking, actually, and they were like, oh, where's the video of Chelsea and her sister? And I'm just like, well, yeah, I get real protective of my family. And
yeah.
I know my sister, like, wants to start a podcast with me and, like, is okay with, like, being on social media and, like, wants to do this and that. And I'm like, but you can't handle the smoke, though. And I'm too protective of you. And I don't need people making fun of my disabled nephew, like, in comment sections, you know, like, or like on, you know, Reddit pages and stuff. I don't need that.
That happened?
Not yet, but I'm sure. No one
I'm
really
like
knows
death.
that my nephew's
death.
Yeah. Oh yes, yeah. And I don't want that to happen. So I would rather protect my family and be like, hey Carly, I love you, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe it could be like like the Office situation where you remember when Ryan made Creed a blog and it was literally just a Word document that said like www.creedthoughts.org.gov / yeah.
I opened up a Word document on his computer and put an address at the top.
I love The Office. I make far too many references to it every day, and
yeah.
Tony usually doesn't get it. Usually no one gets any of the references that I make usually, but it's fine.
It's one of my favorite comfort shows for sure. Office and Friends. Mm-hmm. It's like if I'm like up in the middle of the night having like a panic attack and you're not there for me to wake you up and tell you that I'm having a panic attack or a midlife crisis, then I'll put The Office or Friends on.
Yes. Mine is...
I'm like, are you going to tell me you've never seen Friends before? Because if that's the case...
No, I have. It's just I don't... No, I love Friends, but I also hate the laugh track. And it like really, really bothers me that there's a laugh track on it. And that's one of the things I love the most about The Office is that it's just such great writing and there's no laugh track. But yeah, I'd say that. And Game of Thrones as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, I'm a Targaryen at heart. Anyways, so what do we got today? What are we doing?
I had something. I was like, okay, this has been, you know, I've been itching to talk about it for a while, but I think it's going to take a back burner because then all of a sudden, so I wanted to talk about, because I'm going crazy about my FYP page lately, and I don't know what the fuck has happened to it, but it is like just inundated with scams, like digital marketing, like work from home, like, and then they have the screenshot of like the amount, like, you know, $20,000 or something, and they're like implying that they've made that in like the past hour. And this is Chelsea's wheelhouse, so I'm like always sending her this stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then the letter writing, $5 letter. Do you know how much money is in this stack of letters that I'm gonna mail out? Anyways, we know enough about that. I thought we were gonna talk about that today, and then Chelsea was just like, also, there's an Adrielle Sigler update, and there was a little bit of one last week that we kind of touched on a bit because of her latest GoFundMe, but this is going so much deeper now. So I think that what we do is I think we just today talk about going through the beginning of Adrielle, and then next episode we can kind of go through the scams and stuff, because still that is your wheelhouse, but there's so much still to get into there. And Adrielle I don't think we've dedicated an episode to her yet, and it requires one, because if you're gonna think about a Clout Goblin, like if this is our freaking podcast,
It is.
she's pretty much on the top tier of a Clout Goblin. And I don't say that lightly, because I also don't want to like judge or shame people for like doing what they want to do for, living on social media. But there are certain things where if you're being called out to rectify your behavior and you don't, and you just keep going and making it worse and trying to capitalize on that and the rage bait, that's not cool. You had an opportunity to become a Clout Queen. Make your fucking... Not to say that you need to get off there's... No one's told her to get off the internet and not make content.
I mean, I did in the video that I just filmed today.
Well, today,
Actually.
yes. But I'm saying at the beginning of everything, there's chance for so many people to pivot. Look at Trisha Paytas. We've said this. Trisha Paytas prior to children. Clout Goblin. She was rage baiting like you wouldn't believe. Beyond, like, there was a lot of problematic things, and I know, I've seen the comments of people being like, I can't believe you guys can support Trisha or like Trisha. I used to like you until I knew that, or even Tana and Brooke.
But that's such a weird take. So weird. Like, Jackie Ina made a reel or a short form video, whatever, one day, and she was like, whoa, wait, hold on. Did you know that we can like different things? I know, it's crazy. But I also have a little surprise for y'all. I don't know if we'll do a live performance of the song that I wrote about Adrielle Sigler, but I might have to record it tomorrow morning and then send it in, because I pride myself on my self-awareness. And listen,
should we put the
I'm
live
gonna need some
performance on
auto-tune.
Patreon? Should we do that? Is that...
I think we should. I think we should.
Do you want it out there, or do you want it in a paywall?
I would like her hidden behind a paywall. And also, hey, Jay and Kai, I want to throw some auto-tune on this. Not like just fix my pitch, but not like T-Pain auto-tune. Let's not get crazy. I mean, I'm not an artist like him. I cannot even fathom that I would have been able to rhyme mansion with Wisconsin. Okay, T-Pain, I love you. I love you, T-Pain. You would have loved this. R.I.P. But he's still alive.
Dead? I always have to ask.
No, well, you bamboozled me that one day when you told me that someone died, and Bill Paxton, and you ruined my day.
Okay, but he actually died.
And you ruined my day.
Don't remind me. I keep forgetting, because he was just...
He also died like 6 years ago.
I know,
And
but I do think about him
just found out.
sometimes. I do think about him sometimes. And I'm like, oh, the zaddies of all zaddies. I'm like, oh, you're gone.
I think about Dick Van Dyke a lot.
He's still alive, so go for it.
Well,
He just won an Emmy. He won an Emmy and then had to sit in his little chair with the microphone to get his speech. Like, how amazing.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I
Actually,
love him so
this is
much.
foul. Because that's funny that you said this, because there was a clip that just came up and I was like, oh my God. I mean, I get it, because that's the question you asked. But after he wins this Emmy, he's sitting there. He's on his little chair and he's in front of like the press, questions or whatever immediately after. And they're like, what do you want to be remembered by? Like, like just implying like you're 97. It's crazy. You're going to die soon.
Yeah.
So this is maybe the last moment that you're going to say.
Yeah.
He just sat there and he just had the most adorable answer ever.
For laughter. I hope for making people laugh, for 75 years.
But I was like, that is so cutthroat.
I love that. I mean, I hate that, but I love him so much. I watched him in
Night at the Museum, one of my favorites that I love him in.
No, it wasn't that. It was
He'd probably be insulted by that because he's like, I did fucking Mary Poppins, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
No, he was in girl, let me finish this whole sentence before y'all judge me. When he pulls his pants down and starts dancing with the penguins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of just me being like, oh, when he pulls his pants down. Okay, so he was wasn't he in The 100? The CW show?
I never watched it, so I can't help.
There's so many seasons and so
What's the
nope.
vibe?
Nope, that's I explained it to Tony and he goes, "Oh, like Wall-E, but there's no fat people and it's like a sequel to Wall-E and it's live action." And I was like, "Yeah. You're right, actually. Yes."
Okay, so like
And he's like-
futuristic, what robots, like what dystopian type or
So dystopian, not really robots, but it's like humans come back to Earth because it was uninhabitable, but now it's good. And it turns out like there's people on Earth called grounders. Yeah. And there's just so many episodes and so many
I might want to check it out actually.
seasons. Yeah, I love it. I love one of the people in it, Maria something. Her name's Octavia in the show, and she's my type.
I love the name Octavia. She's my type. All right. Absolutely. I love the name Octavia.
Yeah. So we have a little special treat for y'all, maybe possibly if I feel like it. I'm scared. But yeah, did you look at the lyrics yet of it? I texted them to you.
No. Hold on. I don't know if they came through. Hold on.
It's to the tune of Your Song by Elton John.
Oh my God, I love that song.
That's
hold
my
on. I already
song.
see right now it's a little bit funny and I'm already dying because I love it. One of my favorite like remakes of that song or renditions, if you will, is Ellie Goulding. Did you just say that?
The version. Yeah, that's the version I sing to Tony. Not Tony. No, I do not. It's weird. That I sing to Bean every night is the Ellie Goulding one because that one's shorter though too.
Oh, it's so good though.
Mm-hmm.
John like texting fan. Okay, no. This is the thing. You need to record it so that it can play while I'm reading the thing. Like
I don't think I'll be able to do it live.
Song.
Yeah. I don't think I'll be able to do it live because I need to have the song going in, like the actual song going in my ear so I can know the like cadence.
Oh my God, this is so good. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. But we're on to the scheme, a Clout Goblin of this chaos machine. Yes.
So just to read y'all a little bit. It's it's a little bit funny, the things that I see.
Oh, I love that.
A whole lot of begging for that digital fee. TikTok's live streamers looking for clout, but one stands above, without a doubt. And then it's hard because I have to remember.
I'm actually let's not, because she's actually gonna take this and make it like she's gonna try to get royalties off of it and be like, this was about me.
Ooh, that could be a good BS segment for Patreon, is like coming up with and like writing a parody song with me. Mm-hmm. I do love it. I've tried to do it so many times for so many different videos, and then I'm just like, I fucking hate this. Like, I'm done. No. But this one was so easy because like I know this song like so well, and I love it so much, and like I really can't stand her. Anyway, so I'll say the lyrics, kind of like Taylor Swift does. I love her. It's fine. I'm a Swiftie. But she's a great songwriter. I think she's an okay singer, but she's an amazing songwriter. Now, Adrielle Sigler, that VeganRizz with tan like a deck stain painted all over her skin. Oh, always the victim. With constant help me's, every video's just give me. Anyways,
literally.
Listen, I know that I am not a good singer, currently.
Chelsea's a good Chelsea's already a good singer. We know because she was like giving like maybe like 0.89%. So
Yes,
clearly we know
but-
that she is. But the deck stain on point, the victimization on point, the begging for money after she tells everybody every single fucking video that she makes 30 grand a month to pay for her GoFundMe on point.
And
But this goes
what's
deep.
crazy? She doesn't, ooh, girl, do it. She doesn't have like for instance, something I always talk about when discussing like all those scams you listed, but when discussing the income disclosure statements and the income claims and all that with the scammers and girl bosses, I always am pretty transparent about I always compare it to like my own income, which it's like maybe I shouldn't do that, but it's also like, no, you need to understand like what they're saying you can make for this, that, and whatever is not the reality of it, because look, I made this much, and yeah, you might think that's a lot. However, yeah, sure it is, but it's revenue. And then I have my researcher, I have my accountant. That's accountant's $300 a month. My researcher's $500 a month. My editor is $2,400 a month. You know, all of the subscriptions and like random things that we have that we use for.
But that's different. We're giving quality
everything.
content. She's sitting there she says
No,
she's
exactly.
a live streamer. You're a live
She doesn't-
battler. Fuck you.
She doesn't have expenses. That's my point.
No, we have
Like,
so
that's
much overhead and expenses to make
ridiculous.
like content on the day to day. And that's another thing that people don't understand, right? I know a lot of people are like upset about even me just kind of taking a little, not a lot actually, I'm having a lot of support, but you have like the certain people are having, you know, a bit of upset from like the shift in content and stuff. And I'm like, listen, it takes so much, not out of me, but out of everybody. And I have to think at the end of the day, like I can't just like up and like take 6 months off and be like, you know what, I'm going to go.
Girl, but it's still true crime. True crime isn't just murder. You're still talking about crimes that are true.
I do feel like I am. Sometimes I'm like, these people are criminal. But no, you know what? The response has been unbelievable. But obviously, just the person that I am, it hurts when I see people be like, I've been here since the beginning. I don't know if I like this. And it's like, at the end of the day, it's not just me. It's not just my livelihood and my family's. And even if it was, I would hope that you would support whatever I needed to do, you know, to like go wherever to just sustain and be happy. But I have so many other people to fucking think about and consider, you know, when it comes.
It's the whole team of it all, you know, and that's so important. And then like me and you and how much, you know, time and effort and money that we've put into and love that, God, I'm corny, that we've put into the podcast as well. Like I love the fact that a lot of people are loving it and, you know, liking that both of us are shifting our content to things that we can, you know, it's really just about sustaining our careers and being able to, you know, do that. But yeah, a lot of people,
if y'all like it and you want to see us and hang out with us, like we got to be able to like be here for you and whatever that looks like. And yeah, no, whatever. We kind of went off track there. I love it. But Adriel, love it. But why did I kind of sound like Trump? It was like not even like a lot of like thing. Love it. Went off track. Love it.
I love it.
Okay,
Adriel
let's get into
Sigler
Adriel.
and
This
her...
fucking, this.
What
I
is
have been
this?
dying. When Chelsea was like, I have updates on Adriel, my FYP was showing, this posse of people that I have no idea about on fucking TikTok. And I was like, are we going to talk about what's been going on in these people exposing? And she's like, oh, what are they? The AAF?
I wasn't even in the frame. I was like doing something on my computer and I came back in the camera and I go, do you mean the AFF? And she's like, oh, how do you know about him?
I can't.
Yeah, so Austin Foreman. Yeah. He, again, we're not talking about people's politics. Calm down.
Yeah,
no. Is he in Florida?
Yeah,
he
I
is.
don't agree
He lives in the swamp.
Yeah, I don't agree with like a lot of the stuff. And I think he's also, because there was one thing where I was like, hey, what are you guys doing? This seems a little bit cringy. But I'm also all for like getting a bigger audience to realize what Adriel's doing. But then like some of the people that are part of his like army were taking like the cheap shots, like her appearance and stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is cheap. Like,
yeah,
that's not what we're here. Like, that's not what we're doing. There's so much meat to talk about, like, in terms of what she's done on the fucking app. Like, we don't need to be cheap. So he did
like
address that, I
Girthmaster
think.
level.
He's like, I don't think this is where I don't agree with that. Anyways, for anybody, and I'm thinking of you, Sienna, my Tiffany.
Santa?
Sienna, my Tiffany.
Oh, Sienna. Yeah, sorry.
A lot of the people that we talk about, she's chronically online, but she's in like the smut TikTok of things. Like she's like in the dirty birdies part of like social media. So all the drama.
So is Jenna. My Sienna. She
they should be friends.
I know. I need to tell her. We're going to the pool on Friday with the puppies, as she calls them, with the babies, and she said, because she's like, oh yeah, I'm in my smut. Sorry, Jenna, I'm putting you on blast. You're fine. You love it. Be quiet.
I didn't say sorry to Sienna. She's just loving it too already.
No. And she goes, yeah, I'm in my smut book era. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she goes, oh, but I read another one and it was kind of like angry sex.
Oh,
and I was
no,
just like,
her and Sienna can't talk to each other then. No, Sienna's is when you walk into her house, she literally, like her mantle.
Is it all Colleen Hoover?
No, it's like
Okay,
things, authors and titles and everything that I've never heard about. And she has a whole bookcase and they look beautiful. Like you would think it looked like a library until you go up and read like the books, like titles, and you're like, oh girl, you're dirty. And then you ask her like what the synopsis is, and like it's usually like, oh, so she knows about like certain like gangbangs that I've never even heard about. Like, oh no, they're insane. Yeah, we get deep into the smut world. So if Jenna's not prepared for that, don't talk to Sienna. If anybody else is, talk to Sienna in the comments. She'll be there.
Jenna, run. She's not ready yet.
No, she's probably not ready yet. I'm not. She gave me like the tamest one because I was like, oh, I need a new book. And she's like, hey, try this one. And it's like the tamest of all. And I'm like still nervous because I know that she's gone to like another extreme. Anyways, her TikTok is all like book talk. So she doesn't know a lot of the people that we talk about, but she watches just to be a girl's girl and she just wants to hang out.
Adriel Sigler. Where does one start?
Literally.
I just start singing my song. So Adriel Sigler, I don't know why I'm looking at you. You know way too much. You probably know her social security number, but you think she pays taxes? No, she doesn't, Chelsea. Be quiet. So back on track. So
she says
Adriel
she does because she always tries to justify that every time she asks for more money. She's like, because you guys got like, you guys don't factor in how much I have to pay for taxes. It's like, okay, well then put your money aside, honey, and stop telling people you make 30 grand a month and just take out what you pay for taxes and say that you make 15 or whatever you want to say. That would have been easier.
God, she's the worst. So Adriel has done a lot, but she is a TikToker who adds no substance to anything. She's probably one of the most lazy TikTokers I've ever experienced in my life, which I am chronically online and I've seen a lot of them. So she does live streams and then also live battles. And we've talked about how there are a lot of TikTok live streamers who actually do something and, who it is quality content. Like they're, knitting or like teaching you about a praying mantis, or there's
ASMR,
cats giving birth.
like hanging out
or
with
ASMR.
you. Cats giving
or
birth.
or a get ready with me, or reviewing products. It would like Jeffree Star. I was listening to him on the Canceled podcast, and he was saying he was like, yeah, he's like, I review it live and then like I'll edit the video later and put it on as a full video. And so like he does that, and girl, hearing him talk about it, I was like, oh shit, I need to get on TikTok live.
You need to get on TikTok period to talk about like just your condensed things of like scams, because they are running that, and that's what we were going to talk about, running rampant.
But I don't want to.
No, you have to. I will make you.
I know.
I'm going to every day. I'm going to say I need a new one.
If you move down here, I'll do it.
Okay, well, I can't do that at this moment, but I'm going to.
Well, not my problem then. So Adriel Sigler used to live in Pennsylvania, and then she moved to New York, and she was one of the ones y'all most likely remember her from her saying that a little coffee shop, and she was always like, I'm from a small town. They're jealous that I'm so attractive and that I'm an influencer. And it's like, girl, no one knows you, no one cares.
I'm attractive.
Shut up. So she's had many like sagas, and she'll even admit that too. Yeah. And she's like, oh, is this the next saga? And it's like, you are a goblin. Stop talking. Yeah. And she has really long straight hair. She goes by VeganRizz on social media, and she is extremely cringy, is not only has said very racist things, homophobic things, transphobic things, xenophobic, add that on the list. And she's just awful. So one of the first things that she, just like run through it real quick. So she had the coffee shop thing where the owners of the coffee shop, she was like in there live streaming and making TikToks and stuff and being obnoxious. And they got multiple complaints, and they came over to her and they were like, hey, we are, getting complaints, and we're going to kindly ask you to not film here anymore. And
Fair.
if you do that, then you can't be here. Like, you have to leave. And then she just kept going on and on and on. And she's like, it's a public place, blah, blah. And it's like, no, it's not. That's private property. It is a business. Like, that's not public. And so she's an idiot, clearly. And then she was saying that they're discriminating against her because she's an influencer and because she's attractive.
She made so many TikToks. Like, that's how I first found her.
So
Was like,
many.
it was like, I'm being discriminated against because I'm a successful TikToker in my small town and everybody's jealous of me and da 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 da. She was trying to film in a Target once, and then the cashier
And TJ
did not.
Maxx.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. TJ Maxx. And the cashier was like, I don't want to be on camera or whatever. And then she like turns the camera and then only shows the clip of her being like, well, I'm buying things. Like, what do you mean? Like, da 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 da. And it's like,
And she
and
complains
then again,
about it.
she
And
was
she,
like,
and she's
I'm
like, I
being
wanted to do a
discriminated 'cause-
haul.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do a haul and promote you. And it's like, if someone doesn't fucking want their face on your stupid ass TikTok,
Yeah.
shut up. And it's not, you're not an
She's an idiot.
influencer. Like, and it really does fucking suck the amount of people that just like fall into the rage bait of like following to make sure that they can follow along, because it's like, again, we do this to our fucking selves online. Like, it sucks. Like,
Yeah. I mean, we get mad because it's like they give, let's be realistic, they don't give us a bad name, obviously, but it's I mean, think about it. If there was like a super horrible person in your line of work who is, I don't want to say popular, but very infamous for horrible reasons, like, yeah, that's annoying. And she's just annoying in general, even if you don't have the same job as her. She also had, before both those instances, she had a situation where she was claiming that either a sheriff's deputy or a state trooper, I think it was a state trooper, I'm not sure, some type of law enforcement officer, she kept saying, she's like, I see him every day on my way home, and
I saw that,
he's
yeah.
stalking me.
My name is Adrielle Sigler. I'm being intimidated by a state trooper in Jamestown, New York, and because of this, I only feel safe if I'm recording every instance I leave my house.
And the more and more I thought about it, I was like, girl, if you see him, like, there is a good chance that if you have the same routine every day, that you will probably see the same people
on the
like,
same route,
there's- yeah,
patrolling.
yes,
You don't
and,
just
like,
go
that's
I think that's
wild.
another thing. Like, as I mean, I don't know, you would know more than anybody, but like from what I understand as like a civilian, you have this route. You go out, you're in the you're assigned to certain quarters, and you go on the
A
route
zone.
and you patrol it. And this is
Look
her
at you
thing.
using the
She's
word
so
patrol.
like full of herself, and I'm never gonna use the word narcissistic because I don't think she's narcissistic. I literally think she's just so fucking full of herself, like delusion. Because I've always tried to figure it out. I'm like, is she serious? No, she's serious. She's serious. You've seen her in her lives. You've seen her like even like hammered. Like, that's her. Everything that you see is her, and she thinks like she's just giving the best of the best, and she's the best on TikTok.
Yeah.
She's got a manager now, and I'm like, sweetheart, everybody has a
What?
fucking manager these days. Yeah, she's got a, well, of course she
Who?
does. I don't know, if we look into it, we could probably figure it out, because she was actually in a battle with somebody who shared a manager, and she was like, oh, he said, oh, I think we share a manager, and she was like, oh, don't say it online because of trolls. And he's like, I don't care, like, I'm so open, like, and I know whoever the manager was doesn't care. And she's like, no, like, just like, don't say it. And like getting upset. And then he was like, it's extremely easy to find. That's how I figured out that we were like associated. And if you're like, what are you concerned about? Like, it's not a big deal. And I think she was like worried about like mass like reporting or trying to.
Yeah, but like they signed you. You don't
Yeah.
think that they would have like looked into you?
Yeah.
They don't care about that. Oh, well, some don't. The like unethical ones. They just care that you're gonna make them money. That's it.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how. God, she sucks. I hate her. I don't hate her. I don't know her. I hate her behavior, and I think that she is disgusting. She probably smells so bad. Anyways, so she's the
I
worst.
think she smells good because her hair's always wet. She's always out of the shower and just constantly like brushing it. So like good for her, but like you're just I know that if you and I were ever in a situation the way you're looking at me right now. No, her hair is always wet. Like she's always out of the shower cleaning. So that's great. But if you and I were at a table with her at like an influencer event or something like that, there is no fucking ounce of anything that we would have in common to talk to her about or relate to or respect. There would be no way for her to like gain respect back. And I think that's like the biggest thing is she's like wants to be an influencer so bad, or so she says. And if that's true, why are you not taking any criticism? Not just from the trolls, but you're getting called out from people like us, like Do We Know Them, like Marky, like so many people.
Yeah, I don't think there's any turning back, and I don't think she understands what a content creator like actually like that the reputation means everything. Not only like industry wise, but with your your following. And like she's not gonna have that good conversion of people buying whatever she's promoting if she's promoting brands or whatever, because people aren't
Which I don't think she does.
her.
I don't think I haven't seen like a brand advertisement.
People who like her don't like that. That's not the majority of people who are watching her. It's people who are hate watching her. And I'm pretty sure she's purchased the majority of her followers. But also on TikTok, a lot of people will just follow because it's a shit show, which same. But she then, after the whole coffee, shop thing, she had I think there was like a few other things. So she started a GoFundMe to help pay for her son's braces. And then she also, so then they had to move because she said that they were being gang stalked. But then it came out that they weren't actually being harassed or gang stalked, and that they were being shamed, held accountable, police getting involved because her son got jumped. Well, allegedly, her son got jumped because he had inappropriately touched the little sisters of two of the boys who jumped them.
At a sleepover or whatever, I think.
At a sleepover. It's also like, why are we doing like co-ed sleepovers in middle school? What's going on here?
That was never a thing for us. It was like when my friends had older brothers, you would switch off. It would be all the brothers were already at the boys' night and the girls were. That was the fun. That was the best. Like, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, no, not. We were allowed to have sleepovers at like the same time, but which also it wasn't like a sleepover. Like I was a freshman and my brother was a senior, and it was just like, oh yeah, this person's staying over, and my brother didn't want anything to fucking do with me. He did want to hang out with us. But yeah, I mean, like if we did, we would like hang out downstairs, and then we were annoying. They didn't want to hang out with us. But yeah, that's still like fucking weird. So
But she was saying that her son, and she made a whole thing about this too. Like, this is what upset me about this whole saga, because I hate that I'm saying saga because that's what she says. But on that specific one, because she documents fucking everything, she's on her phone being like, my son was supposed to be home 5 minutes ago. He's not.
That shit was so like in real time.
And she's like, he's not, and I don't know where he is, and he doesn't have his phone. She
records it on the phone. Yeah, she recorded the phone of him like crying and calling her, and she's like, where are you? And she's like looking in the camera. Yeah, and it's like, what dystopian, like it's like Black Mirror. It's so fucking weird. TikTok is Black Mirror.
She's like, I can't find you. My son's supposed to be here. And then all of a sudden, like, the camera clicks, and then she's on the phone with her son and looking at the camera being like, I can't find you. Where are you? And he's freaking out. And she's like, but I can't find you. And had given the synopsis before, and then starts driving, whatever. She didn't like record picking up because, I mean, I think we know why, because there was obviously another adult there, which later she tried to spin as recording it to like watch her son get beat up or whatever. And it was like,
well, and then yeah, but then also I don't think like she never showed like his injuries, which also, yeah, please don't do that. But I think she did that to try to control the narrative, because girl, the way she was explaining it, it made it sound like his like eyeball was like hanging out of the socket, and that he like had broken bones, and he was scratched up, and he had like chipped teeth. That's it. Which
But there was
still
no,
scary,
she made it
obviously.
seem like this was unprovoked. He was walking home, he got jumped, he got gang jumped, he got gang stalked, he, everything stolen, whatever. And then it comes out because people are asking questions. Okay, well, you have like a weird track record. What the fuck is going on? People started looking into it, and then people from their area is like, no, listen, this is what he did. And the siblings and the friends stuck up for the girls that were, I don't even want to say it, like fucking assaulted. And this is what happened. And she would ignore like the mass comments that we're going through, block her comments, and then just keep making fucking TikToks with her comments up being like, my son was gang abused. My son was gang stalked. We have to leave. We have a GoFundMe. We're asking for $30,000 to leave. And it was like, unless you went to like Reddit or something, you had no fucking idea what was going on. And then you found out and you were hearing from the actual families of what had happened. And then she kept saying that like, there's a police cover up, because then she's recording the police at her house and they're like, no, like she's like, why is he getting kicked out? And they're like, but then they're not like, she's not including the clips of why her son was getting expelled. So then she's trying to spin it as, now we really need to leave because this is a big conspiracy against me because I'm an influencer and now my son is getting kicked out of school for getting gang assaulted. This was insane. So that was one of the first things that I saw on the GoFundMe where that's insane, right? Like she had like what, a 30,000 GoFundMe. People started donating pretty quickly. And then because she was blocking comments, it was like Reddit that was like, fucking stop. And then other people on TikTok.
It's also like you don't need that much money to move. And a lot of people were like, yeah, but she's moving to like the next town. And it's like, that doesn't matter. You don't need that much money to move, but it's because she's trying to pay for 6 months in advance. And what a lot of people have said is, and I actually said this as well when we did an update on her previously, is that so I said like, oh, well, that 6 months from like the last time is like almost up. So I think that's why she's doing it, so that she can pay another 6 months. And a lot of people have said like, oh, well, she does that because like that's a landlord's nightmare, because like, oh, well, you've paid in full. Like they can evict you, but like they can't, and again, yes, they can, but that's like, they'd have to give you money back. They don't want to do that. So people were like, oh shit, like that's why she does that. I mean, she gets noise complaints. She gets so many complaints and it's crazy, but they just kind of have to deal with it because she's paid in full for 6 months. And it's just gross. So that's why she says she needs $30,000 to move. And she's like, well, I have to hire movers. It's so competitive.
She goes like
Why?
this.
She's so dumb.
Okay, wait, let's catch everybody up. So she did go there. She did get money, a GoFundMe. It did end up getting like taken out, but she was able to withdraw like a fucking huge portion of it before people could get their money back. Then she's like, I'm never going to let anybody know where I'm living again because this is what happens. Fast forward to what, like 3 months later, we are where we're at now. She's been in her new place, and she had actually, I think, said that she had to go back for like her son's charges and then wouldn't go, which was crazy that she even said that, because then people like started looking into it. It was like, you fucking just confirmed that there were charges against your son for fucking inappropriately fucking touching underage girls.
Yeah, but apparently she like didn't. There was something that was like, yeah, it said that she didn't, like she missed the court date or something for her son. I don't remember what it said, but it was, I remember specifically seeing that, and it was saying that like she missed it because like she wanted to protect her daughter. I don't know. It was weird.
There's always a fucking story. Always. Anyway, so here we are now. That's kind of a little bit of very condensed.
Well,
back
Island
version.
Boys. Go ahead, Island Boys. Why does she need to move again?
Island Boys?
You told me this. The Island Boys. She was on live stream with one of the Island Boys, and they were like, wait, why are you moving again? Like, how did people find out where you live? And she's like,
oh yeah,
I don't know. No one, they're stalking me. And then turns out she was shit-faced on TikTok live and was like showing, because she of course has like 17 different phones, and so she was showing her like Uber app and showing that she was putting in her address wrong, and then showed her correct address. So of course people screen recorded it, or screenshotted it or something, and then started sending pizzas to her house. But one thing that's weird is that people were saying that she was also saying, she's like, yeah, they sent like Ubers to my house too. And it's like, you pay for an Uber in the app before it comes to your house. Who the fuck is going to waste money?
And you still, exactly. You still have to pay for it if it doesn't come. Like, but
Yeah,
it was a lie, because did you see the video where there was
the
like
daughter.
the back? Yeah, the doc, she was like, you ordered it. And even the driver or something, there's another one where the driver was like, you ordered it. She's a fucking liar. So all of a sudden now the newest thing that we kind of touched on was that she's started a GoFundMe being like, oh, I'm getting pizzas, I'm getting stocked and whatever. She doxed herself, whether it was intentional or not. I think it was not. It looked like she was hammered on the one clip that I saw, that she was trying to show that an Uber didn't pick her up from a certain place. And she was like, see, like, this is where it's at. And then all of a sudden, this is when we start hearing about the pizzas and the Ubers and the whatever.
Oh,
but
I
really,
would love
like, at the
pizza
end
right
of the
now.
day, like, if someone's going to send me a pizza, like, I know you're not fucking tainting it. It's coming from the place. Like, fucking go for it. Whatever. Like, I'll fucking see you later.
They don't pay for it though. They put cash
Oh.
so that, yeah. And then if they do cash, they don't.
We don't do that in Canada. We used to have like Skip and all that where you could have the cash thing. We must have fucked it up because that lasted for like a month. You can't do cash anymore. It's all
so
debit.
they shouldn't allow it. I wish they didn't. But hey, if you are a YouTuber, if you are a public figure, get the pizza places like closest to your house and like tell them to like put it on like file, like to have them have them know that like, hey, I'm never gonna pay cash. And if someone is calling to do this, like that's what we had to do after it happened to me.
Yeah, I knew it happened to you.
Yeah, because if they would have paid for him, I would have been like, hell yeah, give me that pizza.
Me too. I've been like, okay, thank you.
we should order pizza for our girls' night where we do our vision boards.
Oh, I would love that. Okay, yeah,
I would love that too.
Well, if it's just going to be you and I, let's do PF Chang's, because I'll go get mine. I have to drive a while, but it would be worth it. I would drive the hour like there and back to do the PF Chang's. It would take me an hour there and back, but I would do it.
That's insane, but I love that. Yeah, let's do it.
It was magical. We're doing that on or I think we said that last time anyways, Patreon. We're going to do our vision boards all together. It's a serious thing. Do you know how many vision boards I've been able to like take off and like kind of like wipe a tear because it all came true? And I'm like, I don't know where to put you, but you've been so magical and amazing to me because it's come true. Like, put that on a vision board, baby.
My last, so I didn't do one last year, but the 2 before that came true. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So we're going to do that on Patreon, but
it's not that it came true. It's that we achieved it. We did it. There we go.
Of course. Okay. It wasn't just like sitting there and being like, all of a sudden I'm going to have a house and I'm going to be debt free. Like, no. It was, you're constantly looking at that and then stars align. It's just very weird how a vision board happens. You have to be in the mental space of like knowing like you're capable of it first. Obviously you are if you made the fucking vision board. I think that in itself is like already so powerful and telling. If you're going to sit there and make the effort and like think about your goals to put on paper, that's huge. That lets you know like what you think is priority and what you really want to focus on. And when you see that every day, there's just something about that. And seeing that picture and being like, I got this.
Is that a vibrator on your desk?
No, oh yeah, it is. It's Bellessa. I thought it was the bottle of wine. Hey, can I tell you something?
Did you get it?
I tried to order you something, and it's not available for us.
Oh.
Girthmaster has his own.
It finally came out?
It came out?
I can't handle that. I'm spooked.
But I wanted to send it to you so that you could just, like, open it up and be like, what in the monstrosity? Because we don't know. Well, we've seen, like, it's a wine bottle, but, like I want it in form. Like, I want to know. So I'm just going to send it to you, and Tony be like, what the fuck is wrong with Cheryl?
The list goes on. You know how in, like, most podcast studios, they have, like, little, like, trinkets or, like, a shelf behind them or something. So when we actually, because it would probably still be in here, we would just, like, build it out a little bit more. But
Can we have Girthmaster's poster like Jonathan Taylor Thomas was in my bedroom? No?
for me, it was JC Chavez. Or
Really?
wait, no, not Chavez. Shaz. How do you say his last name?
Yeah, Shazay.
I love. Yeah, that's my.
You
my
weren't
boo.
a
He is
Devon Sawa. Why do I peg you for a Devon Sawa gal? I was.
You want to know a fun fact? I
4
don't know who
years-
that is.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm like 6 years older than you.
No, you're 5. You're Carly's age, so you're 5 years.
Okay.
Or 6. I don't know.
JTT, Devon Sawa, Andrew Keegan, like, girl, those were the sexiest of sexy. I'm quitting the podcast. I'm actually going for another glass of wine. We had the hottest, like, we were young, and, like, we had, like, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, we had Devon Sawa, Casper. When Casper turned into a real life boy, you
but
were
they're
not
too
wondering
white.
what was going
No,
on in
they're
your
too
vagina?
white. No, they're too white. I don't like that. They're too white. I don't like little white boys, except
Please, somebody in the comments tell me that you are 38 years old and you experienced this. You watched Home Improvement every fucking week with your parents and Casper on repeat and Camp Nowhere.
no, but Chad Michael Murray.
Oh, yeah. Him and I share a birthday, so we could never be, because 2 Virgos together is, like, not well, but I saw him at Disney once and he was very beautiful.
You humped him?
I wished. I was like in a bad headspace, and like I was just like having a bad day. I think I had like a lot of sun, and then I was like, oh my God, that's Chad Michael Murray. And then my mom was like, go talk to him, and I was like, Lynn, calm down. And like she's always just like banking on me, like just like, you know, having like a rich zaddy or something like that. And I'm like, I'm my own woman. And she was like, she got mad at me that I didn't go and like try to harass this man. I was like, he's sitting on a fucking bench trying to chill out right now. I need a minute myself. And it was just like a moment that passed. I wasn't going to go sit there and be like all like flustered and be like, hey, I love you in a Cinderella story.
I have a question. You guys be quiet. Is there anyone, like celebrity or like influencer wise or public figure, whoever, that you delusionally think that if y'all met, you would like fall in love instantly?
Pete Davidson. I think I would. Am I wrong, you guys?
I'm scared to tell you mine.
Who is it?
I'm happily married. Everything's fine. But I'm scared to tell you.
It's Joe from fucking... I know it is. I already know it is.
How did you know that?
I know it's Joe.
Not from the show You. I don't like him. He's greasy. Yeah, Joe Santagato.
From Basement Yard.
Listen, Joseph. I'm married. I'm very sorry, but I am in love with you. You couldn't handle me though, and it's fine.
I don't think he could.
I don't think I can handle myself. Yeah, but anyways, I've embarrassed myself now. So who wants to hear me sing a song? Okay, so Adrielle Sigler, she has just been a super goblin of the most goblins. So she has moved into this new place and then started saying that she wants to or has to move. And then there is this coalition, so to speak, on TikTok.
What is it? Please tell me. Because I'm like, okay.
I've gathered you all here today to talk about the AFF. I don't know what it stands for. The Austin Foreman Foundation. I don't have any idea actually, but they are a group of creators who come together to like call out bullies or shitty people or just basically like people who shouldn't be on social media in general and help to get them off of it, I guess. And they like find out shit about them and like confirm the information, which is great. We love that. And then
that is what I liked, because at first when I first found out that like, oh, like the AFF, I kept seeing things in the comments like I'm AFF Army or whatever. I'm like, who are you? What is an
Yeah.
AFF army? And then all I would keep saying is like, seeing in the comments was like we're coming for it once, like you're gonna be run out.
Once we get the
And I
green
was
light.
like, okay, yeah, okay. We got the green light. I was like, hey, this is a little bit cringe. That was cringy. Like where they're like, the general got the green, like they have names. They're
Girl,
like the general.
there's like a whole org chart. It's insane.
No, there's literally like a whole thing. And they're like, and Austin greenlighted that person to like start to go through. So I was like, at first I was like, when the cult is going on like with the green light, you know, like just with our background, I was like, this seems like so fucking weird. Then I did see like how, you know, Austin or whatever was like, I don't like this. I don't approve, you know, like.
Yeah, because people, so he, and I already have it queued up. So he was saying basically like, hey, listen, like I was watching one of her live streams just to, you know, see what's what. And he was like, and there were people commenting her address and like doxing her in the comments. Like, that's not okay. And he's like, I don't like her.
Yeah.
I don't like what she does, but that's not okay. Like and he was basically saying like, you can't fight, like call someone out for doxing and then dox them. Like that's not how this works. So I do like that. And then I also like how, because yes, he, you know, clearly has from what I've seen, very much so conservative beliefs and policies, all that, whatever. And policies, like he's a congressman. But yeah, he clearly has that. And so someone commented and they were like, I mean, if I'm like left leaning or like if I'm not conservative, like can I be a part of this, or like can I support this? And he like started the TikTok off serious and he's like, yeah, of course, like we're here for everybody. What are you doing? So I like that at least. But obviously we just do want to make it clear we don't agree with all that, because we know there's gonna be crazies who were like, you're endorsing this, and it's like, no, I'm endorsing
No,
the
and I
message.
didn't. I mean, I'm from fucking Canada, so in my page, I'm like, where the fuck? I don't have a fucking leg to stand on in this. But it was something that I did understand because I have so many like great friends, like definitely more like liberal, right? Like, is that what you guys call it, or a Democrat?
Sure.
I don't know. I'm just like fucking love whatever. I'm not. If I were to have been in the States, I probably wouldn't have voted for Trump. Is what I'm trying to say. And so wouldn't have.
Oh my God.
I'm like, why are you looking at me like that? Wouldn't have.
guys, I thought it was the end. I thought
You're like the podcast. No, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have.
Oh.
So when I saw him, I thought like, okay, I'm not gonna judge, but like it was like he was like making it pretty clear with like his like flags and everything, and I don't know. I definitely judged him based off of just like the appearance and then like the green flag and stuff like that. And I didn't know where it was going. And I'm like, if you're just gonna like push your army or like mass bully from comments and like come at her with her appearance and stuff like that, like what are we doing? Like it's already, first of all, it's already been done. The girl's got a fucking thick enough skin. She's not gonna fucking cage it. She knows the money that she's
leather.
gonna make. It's deck stain. It's deck stain.
Yeah.
Deck stain.
Shit is varnished.
Yeah. So it wouldn't have mattered, right? So I'm like, why are you guys here doing this? And then it was like literally looking into things that people have speculated, or
For a long
people who have
long
known her
time.
that have like sent things in and been
Yeah.
like, these are the accusations, and no one's been able to like look further into it and have even like the, I guess, tech savvy time to look into things, which is what happened, right?
Yes. So the AFF team basically, which I filmed a video yesterday about all this and then spent like the day editing it because I just fell down the rabbit hole and I was like, I'm not going to subject Ethan to this. Like I can't do that to him. So hey, if it's a shitty edit, I'm really sorry. But also it's insane. So what was being alluded to was why she got fired from her substitute teaching job when she lived in Pennsylvania. And she's always said, she's like, no, I resigned. And it's because like I was like, couldn't do the commute anymore. And I was like living in New York and like driving to Pennsylvania for work. And it's like, to be a substitute teacher, no, you weren't. Like the fuck. And hey, maybe
It didn't
that's
add up.
maybe that's super common, but
Yeah.
we're going to go ahead and assume it's not. So she like kept going on and on and on about that. And she's like, no, like all the board meeting or like school board meeting minutes are like online. Like y'all can, look at those meeting notes and you don't know what you're talking about. But realistically, if something had happened, so like what people were alluding to is that she was showing pictures of a certain kind to minors, to boys, to middle schoolers, allegedly, reportedly. And if that had happened, there wouldn't necessarily be documentation specifically of that. And if the parents, like also if the parents didn't like want to press charges or anything, or if the boy didn't want to press charges, because I know, I mean, with the roles reversed, when it is a young boy, I mean, they could feel even, I don't want to be like even more embarrassed, but there is that stigma there of like, you
have to come out, and then there's a whole thing like, and I think that's forewarned to the child, being like, I don't want to go into details, but like something like similar happened to like someone very close in my family, and it was like, if we are going to proceed and press charges, like you go to court, you do all of this, we're going to protect you. There's a thing in Alberta, I don't know if it's Alberta or Canada, but it's called like the Zebra program, that sits with the minor and acts as their advocate, but they still have to sit in a room. They don't have to look at the perpetrator, but that person, like in my family, had to be on camera and didn't have to look at the person, but that was still played in court.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things to consider till you get to that point. And that took a lot as a family decision, as everything, to be like, okay, we're going to go. And then us as the family, knowing that our underage member was being there, being strong, we had to sit in court, sit there and fucking look at the person. And then it was on screen so that they didn't have to see it. So there is a lot to consider. And there were moments where it was almost like, do we just settle so that you're not subjected to this? And it was that person, like that family member, that was like, no, like strong enough as a young yes. So there was like a big thing. But so that's why I understand where some people say like, oh, well, it would have been everywhere, like it would have been on the news. No, there are a lot of like situations and stipulations that go through to this.
And also it being minors as well, though, like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't put the name, you don't, you're protecting a lot of people. When I had first seen that, when you and I were talking about Adrielle like so long ago, that was kind of like a rumor at that point, like, oh, she lost the job because of whatever. And then there was the Reddit about...
What do you do when you have a crush on your student? And it was not just one post.
A 13-year-old student, they said.
Not just one.
There was a Reddit post.
Yeah.
That asked was it anonymous, or like it had a handle or whatever on some Reddit post.
It was on two different subreddits that she did it, but it was from the same username, and it was the same username, almost the same username. There was like one letter missing. It was like QT Pi XOXO, and then she deleted that one and then created a new one that said Q. It was literally the same, but like without one X, or like without the end O or something. So yeah, she had asked that, and she had, and we'll put it up on the screen because again, I have it all.
Adrielle, I know you like to say that you're famous, but we're about to make you a whole different type of famous. Because I'm going to introduce you to somebody else. And look, you'll like her. She's not a hillbilly. She's actually from New York, because she goes by Shelly the Enforcer. And Shelly has done an incredible job on this Reddit post here. Such a good job that I'm pissed off.
Cutie Pie XOXO or Cutie Pie XOX.
And before I continue, Shelly, kudos to you. I would definitely be tagging you in this, because this was incredible work.
We're going to start off with this, which was from Adrielle's account. And I can back that shit up, even though the account was indeed deleted. Don't pay too much attention to the 4 years ago, because it was actually just screenshotted when that said 4 years ago.
Right, so this is the Reddit account that we were talking about earlier, right? This is the Reddit account that actually I'm going to get another verification on.
After she resigned is when she created a new Reddit, which is now this. She resigned May of 2022. This one was created literally just a couple of months afterwards. It's the same exact username as her previous one, just with an extra X.
And she had put on there that she would never, like, act on anything or, anything like that. And she's like, I don't share any personal information at school, or, I'm professional. I don't like develop feelings. And it's like, you just said you have a crush on someone. You like, a crush is a feeling, like, even if it's like minuscule, and that's a 13-year-old.
She said, I have a crush on a 13-year-old student, right? That's what it said?
We can put it on screen because I can't remember if the age was included in that specific post, but the brother, cousin, or son. So it was either the sister or the mom of that person had commented on a post as well, and we'll put it on screen too. But yeah, it's wild, and it's like, no, girl, you're like that you, because girl, you want to know what her favorite musical note is? A minor.
Jesus Christ, Chelsea. This is what's crazy about this AFF that this is where I didn't understand these people, where I'm like, okay, like, we're just out here. They had like a certain person that was like making fun of her looks, and I'm like, cheap, been there, done that, like, what, like, let's give us something. And then it was like the newest video that I woke up to this morning, where they were like, it was about the Reddit post. Like,
yeah, they tracked the IP address.
Tracked it down. They were like, oh, we'll put it in.
Yep, I have it already.
I know this is Adriel's Reddit account. I just gotta prove it.
Hello?
Hey, bro, it's Austin.
How you been, brother?
Good, bro, just busy. Listen, I need that favor that you owe me from back in our live battling days.
You need what?
The big favor, bro. The universe with the speed challenge ×3. You know what I'm saying?
A reverse IP address on a dead Reddit account that somebody's trying to cover up?
Actually, yeah, that's exactly what I need.
You know I got you? Come on, baby.
Dude, you're a lifesaver. Is there any way you could get it to me tonight? I'm sitting in my cape, and I told them I'd have it by midnight.
Yeah, just let me put my thinking glasses on real quick.
You thinking okay. You're wearing the hillbilly outfit, aren't you?
Okay, hey Siri.
You didn't just say Siri, did you?
Do a deep dive on Cutie Pie XOX.
No, not you.
Shit, it don't work like that.
Yeah, thanks for that. You made my phone pull up some weird site that I do not need my wife to find in my search history. Wait a second, I never gave you the information. What do you type? Are you hacking my phone, bro?
Oh, damn.
Is that I found the Reddit account, oh damn, or I found Austin's bank accounts, oh damn?
Would you look here?
Wait, so the IP address from the old account led back to an address in the same city and state that Adriel was teaching in at the time.
Now we got the reverse IP to IP address to get an address that's physical.
That's what I was probably going to say is the next step.
Well, look at here.
Oh, thank God you didn't dox her, bro. Okay.
I feel like I got to narrow it down some more.
I don't know if you have to, because you're not going to show that, are you?
Why I gotta be a goddamn goody two-shoes, man?
Do whatever. Take that back.
You mean to tell me I can't tell you who lives here?
Take AFF out. Oh.
I psyched you out. I redacted the information.
Yes, all money. You did a good job. Can we...
But that wasn't the lady that we were looking for. Ooh, I got her. This the lady we're looking for.
All money, what you're telling me is that you found Adriel Siglers' name attached to the home address, that was attached to the IP address, that was attached to the Reddit account that asked that question about what to do if they have a crush on their students?
Hey, yeah, I just had to go down into the past residence.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Hey, brother, I hope that helped you out. I ran the other one, too. Come back to some place named Jamestown. That sounds like some boring-ass city to me. But you let me know if you need that information, okay? I got a bunch of emails you could cross-reference, too, if you people are bored.
Oh, bro, you helped more than you know. After tonight, anybody messing with her, I'm going to consider a sympathizer. Ladies and gentlemen, the Reddit account that left the question asking what to do if I have a crush on one of my students was indeed Adriel Sigler. So I only have one more question for you all. Are you going to let her get away with it?
Tracked the Reddit post, and then went to the IP address, and then again, they didn't dox, but they like showed like the coordinates of stuff, and then were able to like just blur out the coordinates and show the name, and then show that same IP address moved to Jamestown after Pennsylvania, which she did and which she had said she did in her TikToks.
And
so it's like it was that same
and what he
fucking
said.
person. That's insane.
But what he said though, he goes, "Oh, and then another address came up for that same one for that same account, and is someplace named Jamestown. I don't know. Sounds boring to me." And he's like shading her because she always said like, "This town's so boring. These people are so boring."
Oh yeah, they don't like me because I'm an influencer.
Because I'm so attractive. Girl, listen, like beauty is subjective, but also no.
Also, if that's what you're looking at and like thinking that you're an influencer by, like, Adriel, stop it. Like,
She's very
out of touch.
That I was thinking of another word. Thick,
out to
obtuse.
lunch, unsure, superficial. Like what you don't. What are you trying? If you're trying to be an influencer, you are going about it so If you want to be an influencer, sweetheart, there are people in that niche that would have. They're not going to help you now. No one's going to help you now. You've lost all credibility. This is what drives me crazy about like rage bait influencers. Is like once the damage has been done to this degree, you're done.
Yeah.
Unless you can look at your audience and be so honest and be like, listen, I was a gremlin of a fucking person. I was a garbage piece of person. I was broke. I lied to you about the money I was making. I needed more. I needed to start this.
But
maybe
girl,
you could start from there.
No, because then what does she have to offer if she's not doing rage bait?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe she has a talent that we don't know about because this is all we see from her. I'm just trying to give her the benefit of the doubt of how you can pivot because clearly she thinks that this is what she wants to do and there's ways to do it. It's not this.
So for the first time today, she did do something. She provided a service and really put on a show for us on live stream. There were a bunch of people commenting for her to battle me because I was in the chat and I repeatedly was asked. I literally put it out everywhere. I was like, guys, get in her chat and like ask her to battle me.
Why wasn't I in there?
It was so quick and I knew she was just going to ignore it. She got a karaoke machine in her living room, dressed up in a schoolgirl's outfit. That's her response to all of this. And she's doing karaoke and being loud as shit. Her poor neighbors, the ones that you already told me.
Well, and her neighbors have spoken up in a live. I also have that clip too. I think did we show it in the last one or
I don't remember.
Yeah, they're like part of her landlord being like, we're fucking done with you really has nothing to do with the pizzas that are coming to your house and the Ubers that you have to pay for. It's the doxing that they're also experiencing. And then the one neighbor, there's a couple and the girlfriend is like, I'm not insecure, but like she's making my fucking man feel insecure. Like not insecure, but like uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She's the type of neighbor that I used to have where she would like come and knock on our door and be like to my husband in like basically nothing. Like, I don't know how to make my weed whacker work. And he's like, you don't even have the battery attached. Like, make her feel that fucking small. And she's like,
ma'am.
He's like, go charge it. And if it doesn't work, like, you might want to ask Home Depot why they sold you one without a battery. Like, literally that desperate. I'm like, what are you doing?
Ma'am, that's a hose.
What she reminds
That's
me of.
not a weed whacker. Ma'am, that's a rake. Yeah. Oh, one of Bean's new favorite toys, obviously, the leaf blower, as we all know. But it's not a broom. It's like a scrubby brush. But it looks like a broom, but like the bristles aren't hard, they're softer because it's like what Tony will use to like wash the golf cart now. This man. I know, it's crazy. So Bean goes in the garage, takes it off like the like rack thing that it's hanging on. And goes in the
I'm ready to go
in the AstroTurf and like goes all around and like chases
Not
Wiggum
the
with it.
AstroTurf. He's just
Yeah.
like, I don't even know how to work real grass.
Yeah, I mean,
I just
he
leaf
used to.
blow that shit.
Yeah, that's what we do. It's hilarious. If I think I have a compilation because I was gonna make a reel of like when you spend thousands of dollars on toys for your toddler, but their favorite toy is a random blue broom.
Reverie got literally nothing, and I will regret none of it. Like, if you are a mother of multiple children, especially like children kind of close in age, do not buy a single toy. I am telling you right now, you will never regret that decision. Reverie, I don't think I've ever bought her like, I mean, if we've gone through somewhere and been like, oh, you got a gift certificate at like Toys R Us, like go pick out something that she loves, absolutely. But to go out there and just be like, oh, we're gonna bring new toys, fucking no. This little woman loves like random painting, like with shit from our cupboard. She loves Tupperware container. Like, she's getting older now and she's liking like more older like toddler toys, but growing up there was not a single fucking toy that I thought like she needed for her development at all.
Yeah.
She was playing with cups. She was taking it and like asking for baths and putting like, you know, like pouring it on her legs and or like other people. She didn't need shit.
Yeah, Bean likes to splash me now in the bathtub, and I'm always like, no, we sit in the bathtub, and he's just standing up and yelling at
her
me.
and Vino shared toys because like the dog toys were her toys. Like she was just like, oh, I love that, and then they would fight over it, and I was like, okay, well, she doesn't need any more toys, and neither does he. So they're actually perfectly taken care of. Yeah,
right. That's Wiggum and Bean. Bean likes to throw the ball to Wiggum now, and it is so precious because
that's why you have kids.
Because sometimes
you
it
have
goes
kids
like
to
a
like
different
do
way.
all of that, entertain your pets.
Oh, Wiggum usually wants nothing to do with him though. He's like, Mom, get him away from me. And I always just have to say, Wiggum, if you don't want to be near him, go in my office.
Go away.
And he's just like, okay. And then he comes and sits in this chair. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get it.
He's
so cute.
Wiggum has only child syndrome for sure. Yeah. So reportedly, it has been confirmed, not by us, by other people, that she had feelings for a minor when she was a legal adult. And that's on like, it does not surprise me. I mean, look at what she's done and how she acts, and it's crazy. And it's so gross. Like I don't know, man, just like being a parent, like I want my kid to be proud of me. Like I'm in awe of how my mom, which realistically sometimes now I'm like go because that's her grandma name is Go because she's always going, but it's like Go. I know why you drink so much, because when we were older, she didn't much when we were younger, but it's like, girl, I get it, because goddamn, 4 of us, and we were spread out, yeah, but like, she even said, she's like, there is a point where all of you were in different schools.
Same with Lynn. Why the fuck you think that bitch is mad at cleansing and probably in the moonshine right now? Like,
yes, yeah. Linda's asleep, but yeah. They're fucking crazy. But also it's like, hey, I did that to you. And then like, I'm just in awe of like everything she did. She was involved. My mom was the PTA president. I am not exaggerating, almost every single year for every school that we went to, even if we went to like different schools, the 4 of us. And she's just amazing. And every birthday was crazy. Like Tony didn't understand. Like I remember I told you when it was Bean's first birthday, I was like, yeah, Tony doesn't understand. Like I'm throwing a Linda Cohn kid's birthday party. Like, yeah. And every single birthday I ever had, except for that one where I was grounded because I did something real bad. It was my 12th birthday. So,
I had to return. Did you have to return I had to return all my gifts one year.
No, I just didn't turn 13. Well, no, I didn't turn 12. So everyone in my family says that I'm still 11.
I think it was the same year.
Yeah.
I think it was the same year. We went and picked certain things. My stepmom took me. She was like, hey, we're going to go like pick things for you that you want from like Dad and I. And then, you know, your friends are going to come and like you'll have other things. But I was able to pick. This was the one year this ever happened that I was able to like go and pick the certain ones. And she said, we're still going to wrap them. Like, you can't play with them. I was like, okay, cool. I don't know what I did. I was such a shit. But I obviously did something so foul before the birthday party. She canceled the birthday party. Canceled it. And then I had to go back to Toys R Us and return the toys. And I remember looking at her, I was like, I'm giving them back. And she was like, you're giving them back. And I was like, okay, Jesus Christ on a cross. Like, all right. And I fucking gave them back. And I don't even know the date of that. She probably will, like, whatever birthday it was. But I'll never fucking forget that. You better believe that the next year when I was told I was going to have a birthday party, I was licking her feet. I was like, what housework do you need me to do? Like, what can I do for you? Can I cook a meal? Like, I will do whatever you need me to do.
Yeah, I think
It was a different time then.
I think mine was my 10th or 11th. Now I'm like questioning. I'm like, wait, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think it was the same for me.
Yeah.
Can we do Cece and Cher get pepper sprayed? I've always wondered.
Yes.
I want to do it for Patreon.
I can most likely get approval to do that. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So I would rather get tased. Because
really?
Yes, because it's over right when it's over.
Okay, so let's Patreon.
CC and Cher do getting tased.
Getting tased and pepper sprayed because I do want to try both.
No, girl, I will not get pepper sprayed. We're gonna get tased. I have to get it approved. I'm literally just gonna text the sheriff's wife and be like, "Hey, Nikki, can you tase me? Can you tase me for a video? Thanks." Realistically, like
we really need to justify the Patreon amount.
I mean, realistically, it's just like paperwork and shit we'd have to fill out, and like that's the funny thing is that the team that would do it is probably Tony's team. Because he's in community outreach and they like do like stuff like that. So yeah, she was like reportedly sending pictures to minors, and that's why she got fired. And one of the AFF people even posted this.
I don't know who the hell this person is. They're not even putting a name out there. It's just like a blatant rumor. 3, I've never been fired from a job. I lived with my ex in one state and I moved to New York, so I had to resign and find a new job.
And I talked to a superintendent at the Kane Area School District, and I showed him your picture, and with 100% certainty, he said you were definitely a teacher's aide that was showing these to minors. P.S. The school might have let it go and slide, but there's no statute of limitations on weird shit.
That shit was crazy. So it's really wild. I don't know.
What did the superintendent say?
That without a doubt she was fired for like sending titty pictures or something like that, something explicit to minors. That's insane. Like,
that is insane. And this was the thing that this is where I was like so unsure about like Austin Foreman and all of that, because like at first, like I think I don't know who they've taken down before. I've heard that like they've taken people down.
Who are these people?
And so I was like, who are you guys? Like, I don't know, because now you're coming on my radar with like this broad who has like all of these followers. And at first where I thought this broad, I'm like, at first, like I still don't, because it's like, ugh, she's shifty. She has 2 fucking accounts. One of them has 100,000 followers. Another has 1.5 million followers. And so she goes back and forth with her accounts and goes on live with different ones. And so when she was hearing about these people trying to take her down, this is how, I don't want to say that she's strategic, but she's strategic. She went on the account with 100,000 followers on live and went, I lost 1 million followers overnight because the trolls and the haters are trying to take me out.
This was my account with 1 million followers 2 days ago. This was my account today, this morning, I'm so grateful for all of you who have decided to start following me and my story, because this number was about 102,000 yesterday. It's almost to 110,000 today, but that's just the power of mob mentality and mob thinking, group thinking. But I'll keep living, I'll keep learning, and I'll keep pushing through doing what I'm doing as a streamer and content creator. My GoFundMe was also removed, deleted, and all who donated to my GoFundMe are pending refunds. I had not used any of the money yet because I'm still in search for a place to rent. It's just so sad, and I'm grateful for all of you who have discovered me and who are following me, and those of you who have chosen to stay. Thank you again so much. I should be live very soon. Remember, go vegan. I hope more vegans find me.
So when you clicked on that live, it did show that she only had 100,000 followers. So some of this Austin Cruz people started going off and being like, or like, not like, I don't think the actual like people that he like directly associates with who have the like AFF and that's still cringy to me, but whatever. But like people who support him were saying like, oh, we did it. Like she's down to $100,000. Like,
no, that's not how that
she
works.
wasn't. She still has
two accounts, and she just lied.
2 accounts. One has 100,000, the other has fucking a million.
That's
she
all
did
she did.
not
She
lose
lied.
anything on the other fucking account.
No.
And so when he finally did address being like, we did what we could, like, we're showing you the facts. And then he started saying, like, we're now going through her followers that are following her back, like, and looking into you and being like, why are you supporting somebody like this? Why
also
are you gifting this person?
Well, yes, if you're gifting someone, but also a follow, like I'm following both of her accounts because I never look on my For You page. I only look on my following. And so if I'm going to be covering somebody, I need to be able to see their stuff super easily and, sometimes even be notified. So like I was even in her live stream today and I was trying to get her to battle me. And there were these idiots on there who were like, oh, I am CC Suarez. You're a pedophile supporter. And I was like, I commented back. I was like, you clearly don't fucking know who I am. Like, you're an idiot.
A what?
Yeah. Well, because they're saying that that's what she is. And if I was associating with her and like trying to battle her.
Oh, because you're
I was trying to battle her.
You're trying to battle her. And you have to do that. You have to follow the person in order to fucking...
And I was trying to...
That's a whole other thing. Yeah. People are like, I don't understand the battle thing. I'm like, bro, I don't understand the battle thing. Like, I don't get it. But there are rules. You have to follow the person. You have to request. You have to do all this shit.
Jeffree Star explains it in the canceled podcast this week. I'm not.
He what?
He explains it. I'm not done listening to it, but there are parts of the episode with Jeffree Star on the canceled podcast that it just came out today, I think. And like I was laughing at it, and I was like, that is funny. And then there are other things he says where I'm like, I don't know if that's completely accurate, but I do like. I obviously like. I'm not a huge fan of him, but or just not a fan of him, but also I don't know, I feel like I did like how he at least like clarified something. Like he kept calling Tati Westbrook like an old witch and I was dying laughing and I was like, what the fuck, Jeffree? And in my head I'm like, wait, bitch, you're the same age as her. And then he started joking and he's like, I'm not actually like age shaming, bitch, me and her are so close in age. And I was like, oh, okay. And yeah. But he was...
But is she an old witch because she was the first one to pull the trigger and call everybody out? Or what? Like, what did he... I haven't watched it. What did he say?
Okay, so what I would suggest for you to do first is... I need to give you my login for for page... Not our Patreon, but for my personal Patreon so that you can watch the Adjust Trish Patreon rewatch of... I've gone through all of that.
Like I went through drama. I went through.
You went through them. Okay.
James's response. I know all of that.
Okay. But did you rewatch? It was Trisha's.
No, wait.
Though?
Wait. When you said good. What is that? Oh, from The Office, where they're like, "Do you want to be?
Do you want to form
with me?
An alliance?"
Good.
Yes. Yeah.
Good. Excellent.
Or when Dwight says. Tell him where he can shove his grapes, Jim. And he goes, in the refrigerator. And he's like, no, Jim, up his butt. And he's like, I don't have time for this. I love that one. That's my favorite. No,
So
up his butt. And that's one of the later episodes too. But Alliance is like the third episode almost.
Yeah.
The injury is still one of the best ones though.
Oh, they're all the best ones. Every fucking episode is the best one. I don't even know where to go.
Except for Scott's Tots or Phyllis's Wedding. I can't watch either of those. I cannot watch Phyllis's Wedding.
When Michael Scott leaves, like when he tries to start his own paper company, my heart hurts because I know he's leaving, and
it's like every time an MLM girl boss leaves an MLM and then
it's when Jasmine leaves
goes into
every
another
time.
when Jasmine Elizabeth goes from mommy
when Jasmine keeps trying to go somewhere else and you don't think he's going to go somewhere else.
Stop trying to make WFAB happen. It's not going to happen. Plot twist, now she's in pharmacy. And she's like, I'll show them. I'll start my own MLM. Okay.
Did she start pharmacy?
No. Pharmacy's been around for years.
Oh, I'm like, okay, that's actually... That was actually a boss move if she did.
No, she's such a dork. And
that was like the ones that, because the one MLM that I like started, or like not started, but it was a part of like HempWorks or whatever. And then there was the people who had gone on and did the unicorn one. What was it? Like
Ariel. Ariel.
Ariel.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
there was all that drama and I died about that. I was like, oh my God.
I think... I'm not sure if that one failed already. But yeah, the husband and wife that started that, they're so weird.
They are, and I am not judging about swingers or anything, but they're trying to bone every fucking one of their down. There is something about them. They're trying to bone every one of their downlines.
Okay. Then you're gonna get this reference of, that they have a chair like this in the corner of their bedroom facing their bed to where the husband just sits there and watches things happen.
Yes, okay, I feel so much better. Okay. That's another rabbit hole we can all go down. Hey, maybe that's a good one to go where we want to talk about the scams or whatever, and we can talk about the scams we were in and shit like that. What? What did you say?
I thought you were going off of like the bedroom chair and being like, that's a great topic.
No. I was saying that would have been a great segue to be like the scams that we had been in. And then we want to talk about other scams that we're seeing lately, especially on TikTok. I think that we're in a different atmosphere right now because Chelsea has definitely established herself in terms of YouTube with powerhouses like Chelsea, Isabella Lanter, Hannah Alonso.
Love Hannah Alonso.
And they've done such insane work on YouTube. And I think people now look at that being like, okay, like I'm going to look at a scam and I'm going to see what's going on and they're going to go to YouTube. But because of the way that TikTok is operating, we've talked about this even like with any influencer. Like look at Perez Hilton, look at James Charles. Like you can't get canceled on TikTok because the algorithm is constantly
it's
like
so
refreshing
fast.
And being like, yeah, like people
fast.
It's so fast. So now they know, and I even have like, we'll talk about this in the segment that we want to talk about with the scams and internet marketing and, preying on all the single moms and everything like you guys had talked about, but it's really going to TikTok now, and it's rampant. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. It's like going on to a different platform now, and it's so clear. Even when I look at your guys' like numbers, you, Hannah, Isabella, you guys had skyrocketed.
Well, I mean, Hannah
a year ago,
especially. Hannah
did, but also like Hannah had skyrocketed when she started like kind of like venturing out into like different types of scammers.
Well,
and then when
the like general commentary,
yeah, like that's what I'm saying, like doing commentary scammers. So she's like able to talk about like certain things, but if you go on to that TikTok space, it's a different fucking world. And that's what's so frustrating is like you think that you like establish yourself somewhere and you're like, hey, don't fall for this person. Don't look at this person. And then you do all the work. You guys did. WFAB, where the fuck are they? Who are they? We don't know. And if you don't know who it is, go look at Chelsea's fucking channel. Your work, babe, in the YouTube space is ridiculous. ridiculous.
What's happening right now?
What you've done, what you've taken out, what you've succumbed to from people calling you a fucking mean girl, for calling them out on taking advantage of people. You've done it for so many fucking years. And this is where it comes into even like the Adrielles of things. Like, this is why I'm so comfortable being where I am right now, because I'm like, to me, it feels like a purpose. Obviously, what I've been doing with true crime is a purpose. There's never not going to be a space for me in true crime. For me, it's going to be very backseat and donation and pushing the people that I love and I respect, like Kendall Ray. Like, oh my God, can I fangirl for a fucking second? I'm going off tangent, but Kendall Ray started following me and I was like, oh my God, I love her.
I forgot to message her back.
I adore her.
She's
But
great.
that girl is everything that anybody who is in the true crime space should aspire to be. That is who I always aspired to be. And in any niche, you're going to feel like you're kind of competing with like this like gremlin behavior. These people who come in and, you know, just try to take you down. Like for you, like constant, oh, she's a mean girl. You're a mean girl.
Yeah.
Last episode, I got very triggered and upset about, because I'm not called mean girl. And I'm very defensive of you being called a mean girl, because I know what you stand for, what you believe in, what you do. And I don't think that we're mean girls in terms of calling out people that need to be held accountable and have done fucked up things.
I appreciate that so much. Thank you. I am not going to cry. And I love you.
I love your nose wrinkles. I love you. I think that you've been in the trenches for so fucking long, and I don't think that a lot of people understand that, because like even for me, I haven't. So if my audience is here and they're like, oh, you know, like Chelsea's a little bit hard or whatever, it's like, you do not understand. This woman has been like calling out so many problematic people, schemes, scams, sticking up for specifically stay-at-home mothers who are constantly victimized and like, you know, targeted of being
exploited.
You know, do you want to keep your husband? Do you want to retire your husband?
He's not a racehorse.
Your husband?
He's not a racehorse. Like, you don't need to retire him.
What are you talking about?
Stop. Being a stay-at-home mom is enough of a job. Like, bitch, I do both. Guess what? Work from home with your kids. No, don't. It sucks. Don't do that. Don't do that.
If you're actually working at home with your kids, you're not working. There's no way.
Or you're
and
not
if we're
hanging out with
doing
your
what
kids.
we're doing, then we're too fucking privileged for having nannies or putting our kids in childcare and making videos. People are like, "Oh my God, take care of your kids." It's like, you know what, bro, fuck off. Do it yourself and see what it's like. Like it's insane. It's intense. It's a lot.
My nanny told me the other day that she's probably going to get deported.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that. I actually am figuring out how to keep social.
I'm so sad about it. And every day I'm just like, are you okay? And she's like, yes. And I'm just like, are you sure? And she's like, are you okay? I was like, no. But either way, it'll be fine. She gave me enough notice. We're already on a wait list for a preschool, because by like that time he would be in preschool anyways, which is fucking crazy. Yeah, so that's awesome. I will not know what to fucking do with myself if that happens. So great. Yeah, I do think it's interesting. People are like, you're so mean. And it's like, when have I been mean to you? I don't know you. Or it's just like, oh, I feel like it's really because it's not to pull an Adrielle Sigler, but it's like, because I'm attractive. That's not it. I could look different and people would still not like me. But
one of my favorite things about you though is that a lot of times you'll like start a video like just like barefaced, and you're still fucking like goals barefaced, but you'll just be like, I'm gonna roast this person and do my makeup, like just wash my face barefaced. It's like, this is this is me. Like, let's talk about it. It's like, that has nothing to do with, it's not about looks. It's not about, you're missing the point. If you're thinking about you being attractive or anything, like, you don't understand how long it takes to build a platform to do everything. Like, if you look back on Chelsea's channel, if you look back on my channel, you don't understand how long it has taken us to do the beauty shit, the everything, to work up to where we are and pivoted and done all of the things to get to where we are, to just like have people who we love and appreciate so fucking much to support us. And at the end of the day, that's all that fucking matters. Every time that I have like a hate comment or whatever, I know that I have my people like right fucking there who like make me feel better, not to build me up. I don't need anybody to like defend me or anything like that in a comment. I obviously appreciate it, but it's just like, who are you? Like, we can look on our things to see like how many comments you've made or when you subscribed or whatever. And if it's like 1 or 12 that you like hate fucking
that's
commented
weird.
Me on, I'm like, okay, bye.
Why are you obsessed with us?
Because
I mean, I understand why you are, but also it's like this is, you might be like, ladies, what are we doing? But it really does like wrap it into Adriel Sigler, because it's like one thing that I know that means so much to both of us is having like the respect of our peers and people who, you know, these relationships with our colleagues and, you know, the network that we do. Like, that's one thing I've always said is like, hey, you might think that I'm a mean girl. You don't know me, obviously, but there's a reason why there aren't any creators who I've actually worked with who don't like me. Like, I mean, even fucking Rich Lux loves me. Guess what, bitch? I will text him right now and talk shit to his face. But no,
I love Rich too.
Girl,
he followed the podcast the other day, even when we were Richard Luxury.
I was gonna say,
I
was gonna say, yep, he's on our subscriber list where he's subscribed. It's so funny, but it's that thing of like, you know, Jesse and Lily, like Robert Welsh, like we all have very similar.
Robert, I
love Robert so much. He's such a sweet baby.
When you wait, Robert, can I tell you something?
Oh, tell
when
him.
When you do the
he's listening.
Out in the I know when you do the out in the wilderness, like those, like that is like, I'll watch anything. I will watch Girl. The reviews. I think Robert is the sweetest thing ever.
The ones of him and James doing manly things in the woods.
Yeah, I love them. No, the manly things. But wait, when we were in Atlanta and then we were watching the one review and he was doing the one makeup review and he was the sweetest little fucking pumpkin that he is. And Chelsea and I are like, oh, well, we would have said otherwise. But like, he's literally just like the greatest ever.
So they are definitely they're definitely a little shady and like sassy in their own videos. But then when they're together on the twin channel, it's much more sassy. And it's just that like, I don't want to be like, oh, it's that British humor, but it's not even that, because
they're not even, but they're like so cute. Like, where it's, if you're gonna say, I wouldn't say shady. I would be like endearing. Like when we watched the one with, when we watched the one with Robin, he was just like, okay, so she loves that type of bronzer.
So that is, choices were made. That was a
choice he made. I probably would have done it. I'm like, I love you. I want to put you in my pocket. But yeah, no, when they are together, it is better. But anyway, everything that they do is pure magic. Love you so much, Robert. Like, oh God, I can't wait to go to UK and.
Yep, I was just gonna say we could
have a Sunday UK brunch with the Yorkshire, like full blown fucking.
I was gonna say we could have tea.
Everything.
Yeah.
No. On Sundays, like a lot of the lounges, they'll do like Yorkshire pudding, like with the beef and the gravy. I don't even know what they call it. He'll know what it is. Put it in the comments. Like it's like the best. Like Sundays in UK are the best day to fucking go to London.
I love that. Let's do it.
Any pub. Yeah.
Do you have a specific favorite pub?
I could ask Kelsey because she lived there for 10 years. I don't know the names. Oh, yeah. I would just go and she would take me places. So I could probably tell her like what place and where we sat and she would like tell me which place it was. I wouldn't know though. I'm a follower. Later, I'm like, take me to this food.
The World's End in Scotland is amazing. It's my favorite. So that's one thing that I do want to make clear too is like we said before, the people who follow Adrielle, not everyone likes her or supports her, obviously, but with TikTok, like that doesn't matter. It's the rage bait views. And like the more you watch other content about her, the more she's going to pop up on your For You page or other people's For You page. And it really is just, you know, feeding the chaos machine that is the algorithm on TikTok. We think that you should join the Patreon, patreon.com/herefortheclout. It's amazing. And we love it so, so much. And I love you. And hey, you too. Did they know that? Do you know
I love
that?
you and you as well. What's our wrap up with? This is my problem.
There is no wrap
how many
up because
wrap-ups
she
do
doesn't.
we have? Exactly.
She doesn't admit
She's
it.
gonna do something else. I'm like, there's no wrap. This is what we're doing now.
She's on karaoke.
We just made a full fucking.
She's on
episode with
live.
her.
She's on live doing karaoke. And you want to know what she's doing right this moment? I'll tell you. She's on live right now. Just kidding. It ended. But she was on live the entire time we were doing
can
this.
we go on?
No, she's not there. But that's
How
weird.
is she not on live?
Well, because it says that she still is, but then it says that, oh, nope, she is. She's live battling right now. She's losing. No, she's winning.
How do we get in?
I just commented and said, this sucks.
Oh, you have to follow?
Yeah.
Ask her to battle you.
I just commented and said, want to battle me next?
I'm going to say right now, too. Okay, I just went in. No, it's sub only.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, I did sub to her this month. I had to.
Okay, what do I do? Subscribe 10%? Oh, God.
No, don't.
$3.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I already did it for both of us.
But did you say keep battling
Yeah,
us?
I said battle me, and she won't.
Well, just keep saying battle us, battle us.
Oh my God, is she reading it?
I am C. Suarez. Do you battle a lot? What do you want to do when we battle? Guys, tap the screen.
Talk to you. Talk to you.
What do I say? What do I say? What? I'm scared.
Say, I want to talk on my podcast.
I'm filming a podcast right now, and we would live.
Just say it.
battle.
Just
Thank you,
say it.
Amber. Thank you, Tora. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you.
It's happening.
Stop it. Chelsea, this is happening. This is happening.
For 10 wins in a row. Do not let it famous. So,
What kind of podcast?
why in the past couple
What kind of podcast?
Live streamers.
Wait, what does she mean? What type of podcast? What does that mean?
You don't say you've never heard of my podcast? Here for the Clout. Trisha Paytas knows us. So does Do We Know Them Girlies? Well, that might turn her off, but be like, you're not on YouTube? ?
Yeah.
I just said kind of like the Just Trish podcast. I've never live battled before. I don't even know like, what to do.
Message her again. Say, okay, no, I need to sub because we need to be in together. Hold on. Oh my God, I hate this, but I have to fucking sub because we have to go in together. And I hate that fucking $3.59 is fucking going to this bitch.
Galaxy on phone.
I don't know anything about podcasts. What's Just Trish? Good night,
Says
Sadie.
I don't know anything about podcasts, just Trish.
No, I'm not scheduling a battle. It's not free. Sherilyn, thank you for subscriing. Guys, subscribe below like Sherilyn by clicking the gold star.
I subbed
Melissa.
to
Thank you, Lily.
live
Drop big. Love you guys so much.
battle with my co.
If someone subscribed and they wanted to have an interview with you on a TikTok live battle,
my podcast.
what would you
They
say?
gotta send me a lion.
Suarez.
I know, but if the purpose of you battling me is to interview me, like interviews aren't. I don't do interviews on TikTok live battles.
Well, can we chat?
Have you ever done an interview?
Yeah, for free. Stupid me.
That's unethical to pay someone for an interview.
Someone said it's unethical to pay someone for. Listen, lady, when I battle with people, it's people that I don't know. I already have like a network of people I battle with, you know? A lot of people right now are asking to go live with me, and I have to protect myself. If I just go live with someone who I don't really know.
Exactly. Let's just chat and clear the drama. We just wanna. We just wanna.
We just want to hang.
We
just want to hang out.
What do they mean it's unethical to pay someone for an interview? Are you serious?
That's industry standard.
Mega influencers charge $20,000 for an interview. Macro influencers charge between $10,000 to $17,000 per interview. Micro and smaller influencers can charge up to $5,000. So no, that's fair. My interviews are $20,000 and up.
I said, all good. We got what we needed.
I'm just saying there's a lot of people talking about me, and my time is valuable if it's one-on-one.
You sound like Tiger King. Remember when Tiger King wanted $400 for a fucking interview, and I was like, abso-fucking-lutely not?
See, you're just using me for clout. If you want to have a live stream with me or an interview with me, you're gonna have to talk to me off the app.
Why are people saying you sent inappropriate messages to a 13-year-old?
I'm saying, what about the IP address being confirmed for your having a crush on a student?
Thank you, Tammy. And if you want answers to drama, that's a private interview that will take place offline, and you can make arrangements for that through my collab email.
You don't want to. You want money, as always.
No, Sherilyn, that's what you want. You want to share a screen with me so you get clout and you get gifts and you get a team.
I don't need
You want
gifts.
views. You want notoriety. So I'm going to mute you now. Goodbye.
Oh, you got muted.
I got muted. You fucking bitch just muted me.
Ask for a fucking refund. Tap the screen.
Give me my refund. Chelsea, I'm going to lose it. Chelsea, I am seething. How did we know this was fucking going to end up like this for our fucking episode? Oh my God, I'm going to lose my shit. I'm muted. What did she just say about I'm clout chasing? No, bitch, we wanted to live battle you and talk to you. You said you wanted $20,000. You want $20,000 for a fucking GoFundMe.
She's using it to her advantage. Instead of using it to be a friend and supportive, she used it to her advantage to join the hate train. And that's her choice. Because when I'm sitting in my mansion, streaming happy as can be in a gated community where nobody can bother me and I'm in my prime, I'm not going to have her by my side.
How has she not blocked me yet? I don't understand. You get muted on everything and I don't. It's so weird.
Well, ask her. Say, are you joking? What about the 13-year-olds? We're wondering. You just blocked my fucking co-host, and we're wondering what you want to say about it.
Ness, mute Brandon. Mute Ness.
Who is that?
Ness.
For real? Yes, Adriel?
Mute Brandon this whole battle.
Okay.
Okay. MD Fashion Co, what's up?
Well, first of all, I'm not surprised that she wants to mute people who are looking a little bit incoherent, because have you seen the one where she was in a battle with someone who was having an active seizure and she just kept going for her followers to be like, give me roses, and people were freaking out on it and they were like, he's actually in a episode.
This is crazy.
This is terrible.
And Brandon is convinced that Adrielle banged a bunch of students and had an orgy with teenagers. And the cops came apparently. So Brandon's on a rampage.
So the Brandon guy, she said he's convinced that I banged a bunch of students and had an orgy with students. So Brandon did what we were about to do, basically.
Look at that. That is the face of a coward, everybody.
Yes.
Ness the kid, more like Ness the coward. Am I right?
How much money can I give him?
Yeah, let's go.
She said ignore the
Brandon,
beep.
how do we get on you?
I don't even know how to do this. How? I don't understand. She said tap the screen.
I don't know how battles work.
I don't know how this works either. Ooh, I have 105 things. Okay, I just gave him the live on air thing. I don't know how I just did this.
Okay, what do we do?
Oh God, I'm about to make him win. Wait, how much time do I have?
Jesus Christ, Chelsea,
How much time do I have? How much time do I have, Sherilyn?
What do we do?
I don't know, I'm scared. I'm scared, Sherilyn, I'm scared.
I'm panic texting.
What's the most expensive thing I can give? Okay, I can send a Phoenix.
What's a Phoenix?
I don't know. I just made him win.
Jesus Christ. Chelsea, what the fuck? I have this on fucking live. You sold a Phoenix.
I didn't mirror my video.
IMCCSUAR.
Chelsea just sent a Phoenix.
Look who just gifted
How do I
Brandon,
send
the subscriber who's begging to interview me. Thank you, Artemis.
Adriel.
No one's begging to
That's the one
interview
who said she
you.
wanted to interview me about all this drama, and she said it's unethical to She said it's unethical to pay someone for an interview. What?
We said it's unethical to fuck 13-year-olds. Can I talk yet? Nope, still can't. I still can't. This shit is getting me fucking rattled.
My assertiveness for
You don't have assertiveness.
rudeness. Solomon,
Yeah.
thank you. I have boundaries. It's
You don't
kind
have boundaries.
to set
You're
boundaries.
a coward.
Thank you, Shine.
Tell her she doesn't have boundaries. She's a coward.
Yeah.
You don't have boundaries. You're a coward. You don't want to talk. I can't comment, though. Are we done? Because I can't comment. And I'm going to get more infuriated if I can't comment.
I really pissed her
We
off.
gave Brandon a phoenix to win the battle, which I love.
People keep asking, are you okay? Are you okay?
She says, you like when I posted Twitter because the AFF showed that she made inappropriate Twitter posts.
Girl, she was posting her feet to Twitter.
Yeah. In a tanning bed. Are we done?
I'd like to be done. Have the
I'm done. She
day
doesn't want to talk to us. She
you
wants.
deserve. I hope
I'm out.
you love my YouTube video about you this week.
What a nasty little gremlin. That's actually kind of telling because it's like, why haven't we heard from her? Oh, because she's trying to fucking. Wow, how many thousands did she say?
I'm going to need the podcast to pay me back for how much I just spent to ruin Adriel's night.
I need you to stop spending money
Hey,
on the
but it was
fucking
worth it. It was
podcast.
worth it. It was tell me that was not worth it.
Yeah, I love you. I
And
love what you
and
do.
we
It
can
is
put
what
in
it
the
is.
title. We can put in the title now. We ruined Adriel Siglers' night.
Well, we didn't because our night got ruined because we didn't get to go on live. But anyways, this is what pisses me off about the whole fucking situation. Yes, the podcast is going to pay for what the fuck Chelsea did on fucking Brandon. You know what? I think we made Brandon's night great. We'll
Girl, that
insert everything
reaction,
that we did.
that reaction was.
Is he not the most amazing? I'm following him now because I don't even know who he is because he just got brought into
I have
it. So
no
we were
idea.
like, we're going for him.
But and listen, we literally know nothing about him except for the fact that he came in screaming. He came in
was like-
screaming, and
he
right,
was, like,
right
so
away she was
upset,
like,
and he was
"Mute him, mute him."
Yeah. She's like, we don't want to talk to him. We're like, we're going to you.
Mm-hmm.
And we're giving you everything. And he won. Anyways, and then they had to leave. Whatever. It's giving.
Well, they didn't
you
have
think
to.
that I owe you a fucking $1,000 interview when Joe Exotic, Tiger fucking King, was asking for interviews, and Gavin and I were like, hey, cool, like, we'll interview you on the podcast. And then we like hear from his team, and they're like, yeah, he does it was either like 400 for something, 600 for something, and it was like 15 minutes or something like that. And we were like, no. And we were like, no. And then we didn't interview him, and then here he is like trying to do like OnlyFans or whatever in prison, and then also saying he's dying all the time, which is sad. Like, I'm like, Joe, like, you have a lot of people that would help you for free and get you like publicity, and therefore put more to your social media. He needs people to run his social media
does.
better than what it's doing right now.
He does. He reposted
If
my
Wade Wilson can have fucking bitches from fucking you know where,
yeah.
so can Joe Exotic.
Hooptown, USA. So he reposted one of my Instagram stories. Well, his husband or whoever runs it.
It's a woman. It's
Oh.
I think her name's like Deb, I think.
Deb, what are you doing? And they messaged me back because after they reposted my thing, I responded and I said, sorry, you're still locked up, buddy. And they responded and were like, thanks, means a lot. I was like, okay, weird.
No, he has a team, but I don't know if he's like okaying things or not, and he thinks that they know what he's talking about in terms of like social media. If anything, he should be.
It's
like
probably
Adrielle.
best if he doesn't.
Adriel,
approve
if you
things.
were making fucking 30 grand, you would not need to do the interview to clear your fucking.
Well, you're not a-
rattled.
you're
I'm
not-
so
you're
pissed
not a
off.
celeb-
That battle we should have never done.
You're not a celebrity. You're not a celebrity, Adriel.
We
So
should have never done that battle because I am rattled.
I think what is frustrating, because I've gotten to the point where, like, think about it with my content, like you said, like I get called a mean girl, a clout chaser, a whatever, because I'm covering, these big people or these like other public figures who have these fan bases. And now you are too, but for most of your career on YouTube, you're covering murderers. So they don't have fan bases.
I don't want to talk to them. I want to talk to the family.
I know, exactly. So it's, yeah, you have nice people, but I
do
have the opposite, the worst.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm used to that of them. So it's very much so consider the source. And it's like, Adrielle, look what's happening right now. Look at you.
Don't call her Adrielle. Like, ew. Like, I'm sorry. I'm over it. Like, what a fucking little fucking pipsqueak. For her to be like, oh, they're trying. And then to go in another battle and be like, oh, the only reason she gifted you that was because she was trying to get an interview with me and I wouldn't pay the amount. Like, fuck you. Maybe we just wanted to fucking pay and give him a phoenix.
It's altruism. No, it's not. It was out of spite, bitch. But also,
Ew.
she's mad because now I messed up her rankings, I guess. And listen, now, girl.
Oh, that's the thing too that I don't see.
Yeah.
I don't know the battle thing, but yeah, you mess up.
Girl,
people's
that's why she was
things. I'm
pissed.
learning more about it.
That's why she was pissed. And that's why I said, I was like, I can't let her win. Yeah.
I'll do that every day. I will do that every fucking day.
I will go on to every single one of her live battles and make it to where she loses. Because guess what, bitch? It's a write-off because we just talked about it.
Literally.
Yeah. Yeah. To pay someone for
$1,000 for an interview and you're Adrielle
for
Siegler on fucking nothing on TikTok?
Well, she
Get
clearly
the fuck out of here.
Girl, she doesn't understand the difference between an interview or a statement and then a feature. You're not being featured. I'm not doing a cover story on you. Like,
but even if it was,
idiots.
it's like you're nobody. If it was People fucking Magazine, they're still not fucking doing that. They're still not paying you. They're taking what they can for fucking free, just like TMZ, just like anybody. And you know what? If you want to actually work with fucking influencers, you do it for free. Because if you have a statement that's worth saying something that's going to shift an audience to the person that you're interviewing with, like us, then you would fucking take it for free.
Yeah.
That's what happens. You'd be like, oh, I'm associated with them. They like me. That's your clout. Apparently, if we have a fucking podcast called Here for the Clout, that's what it's about. Weird.
Oh my heavens.
I'm livid. I'm so livid. I gotta go. We gotta sign off. I'm pissed. I love that we were like, hey, we're gonna be gone. And then we were signing off and all of a sudden we got caught up in a live battle and now our episode turned into 9 hours again.
Well, she knows my name now, doesn't she?
Yeah. They all do.
I love it. The last thing I said to her on there was, I really hope you like my video this week on my YouTube channel about you. But you know damn well she's gonna be on her live or whatever somewhere being like, oh, well, they only have, 100,000 and I have 1 million on TikTok. I don't want to be like, that's nothing on TikTok, but I hardly ever
It's
post
nothing
on
TikTok. I'm telling you right fucking now, it's nothing on TikTok.
If I actually tried to, I guarantee you
that's what I'm telling you. I'm like, babe, if you tried on TikTok, you'd be like actually insane.
Yeah, I 100% would be able to get, this time next year I'd be able to be at 1 million on TikTok.
That's one thing I love too about our like YouTube friends who have also been in the YouTube space as long as we have. It's so funny because it's like it takes so much to like get there and do everything, and we've said this before. And I don't know, just the amount of respect. I don't want to be that type of person to be like, oh, you're a TikToker. Because there are TikTokers who grind and do it properly, who I love.
Like Becca Day. We love
Becca Day.
Fucking
Becca Day, Avery Woods. I love those girls. Like, they have grinded. Even Alex Earl, like, if love her or hate her, like, that girl has, like, she has, like, made an insane platform and not done it from doing shit like Adrielle Siegler.
But see, those people have been good, especially Alex Earl. They've been good at marketing, and now they have a career. It's not a grift. Like,
no.
These people are...
She can just show her fucking puke stain fucking whatever in her closet and she's got 1 million views. I have a lot of shit in my closet that might be nasty to people that I never think would be worth showing. And now that I know that Alex Earl's doing it, I'm like, okay, I forgot about it.
See, when I saw that she did that, I felt... This is going to be so cringy, but I felt kind of comforted because I was like, oh...
Yeah.
Well, the outfit that I was wearing, or the shirt that I was wearing when I was roofied, remember that? That was a hoot.
That was bad, babe.
Yeah, that was not a fun time.
Have you talked about that?
On, like, social media? Here and there, I think I've mentioned it, but yeah. Terrifying. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it on this podcast.
No, I don't think you did to the extent that you did in our text, and that's fine. But I'm like, I was just wondering because I'm like, I don't know what you want to say or anything because our texts were literally real time, and that was fucking scary and
Well,
fucked up.
it was the next day, obviously, because I also didn't have my phone while I was spending the night in the hospital, and I was like in and out of it, and it was so fucking scary. Oh my God, horrible. And the entire time I'm just thinking like, I have to get back home to my kid. Like, oh my God. And it was like these little like blips of like concern and fear and like dread and like confusion. And then I would like pass out again. And then I'd like come to again. It was so fucking scary. But then I woke up again and I just see someone in his training outfit with his like the like necklace badge around his neck, just standing over the hospital bed being like, "You ready to go?" And I was like, "That depends. Did you bring my car or do I have to climb into the back of the cop car?" And he was like, "I'm putting you in the back." And I was like, "Okay." And the doctor and the nurse that helped me were like, "Oh, that's a different type of police escort." And when she first came in, she was like, "Oh, are you being questioned?" And I was like, "I might as well be." He was like, "Is she okay?" And she was like, "No, she was roofied." She was like, "It wasn't just her being a drunk."
Welcome to our podcast. Us just fucking venting and sidelining to everything. But
Welcome
yeah,
to
that was really
therapy.
fucked up.
But
yeah.
yes, that what I was gonna say is that shirt. It's a two-piece set, and it's like crocheted or like knit or whatever. And when I was preparing to buy it, I didn't realize how expensive it was because sometimes I go real rogue and don't look at price tags. Very privileged, I know. Guess what?
And then you don't want to say no at the counter.
Yeah, guess what, buddy? I don't have the funds to do that. I don't know what I'm doing. Am I not going to be able to fill my car up with gas and then just kind of hope that Tony fills it up? Yeah, that's me.
Yes.
Absolutely. And guess what?
Do I have overdraft so that if my one car payment like just goes, but my bank knows that I'm going to do it in like 2 weeks?
All the time. But you know what? Listen, my personal account might have like $4 in it right now. My business account also has $4. I'm just kidding. Well,
$4.
Now it might because that's linked to my. Well, there goes my portion of our Patreon.
Well, apparently, yeah. Okay, now team meeting. We have to discuss what the fuck goes into the fucking business expenses.
Hey, that was my portion of our first week payout.
My favorite part, no, it's not yours. We will split it. But my favorite part of Chelsea is we're almost breaking even, and I'm like. Almost at that amount, and I'm like, oh, you did PR, and you did this, and you did, oh, yeah, we've already spent that. And I look at her, I'm like, baby, pay yourself back, and then we're fucking even, and then we discuss it. Look at her.
I can't help it. I got us onto Just Trish.
She did. It was worth it.
It was
worth it, but we don't do it anymore. We discuss it.
That is correct.
The Phoenix is the last straw. The Phoenix was the last straw.
So that crochet outfit was very expensive, and you can't wash that. Like, you have to take it to the dry cleaners. And guess who didn't? Me, for like 2 months because I was scared because it was like a $200 shirt. And I was like, how is this a $200 shirt? It's got a bunch of holes in it. It does not make sense. I regret buying that outfit. You know what? I'm going to wear it all the time. I could wear that to Coachella.
I was like,
that's the perfect.
Hey, we're not talking about Coachella.
If I hypothetically was going to go, that's what I would wear. Now you have to
If we were hypothetically going to go to Coachella, what would you guys want us to wear?
What would you want us to do? Two feral mommies.
We gotta go.
What have you done? Now. Why would you do that?
I don't know. Why did you give Brandon a Phoenix?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm really sorry. You're going to be okay. You're so beautiful. Just take it off.
Just get naked.
Just show me your boobs.
Okay. I'm so used to just having stains everywhere all the time. Girl, it's fine. I'm good.
I'm literally covered in stains. And I smelled like throw up until about 2 hours ago, so it's fine. It was like curdled milk coming up, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, Chelsea started the podcast really pissed.
Why is it curdle in your tummy?
Yeah, Bean threw up all over you, and now I'm fucking pissed. Not because of the wine, I'm used to this, but because of Adriel blocking. I paid $3.50 fucking cents to be a fucking subscriber.
You need to make sure that you picked the one that does not auto renew.
Oh, okay. Well, she said she's gonna refund me.
No. She said you need to ask for a refund.
Oh.
Thank God I'm here.
Well, I will.
Yeah.
Thank
You're
God.
not taking our $3. Anyways, I hope that Brandon guy's okay.
I do too. I have to go. Oh, fuck. There's so much I have to do when we get off. I got to check on him. I got to do so much. We got to send this. Don't. Seriously,
Screw you.
Chelsea, don't show me her face and the fact that she's still in live talking about us. I'm going to lose
She's
it.
still going.
Tell her to come on. Is there a live battle on YouTube?
A bin verified package, and we're gonna look at Adrielle's criminal record on TikTok Live.
Good fucking luck. You're not gonna take me down. There's nothing you can do about it.
Good luck, because she just said, if you guys didn't pick that up on Chelsea's, she just said, mocking, being like, oh, we're going to look at Adrielle's criminal record on live. Good luck. Good luck. And it's like, yeah, good luck, because you won't put anybody live with you to go through it.
Someone said no one remembers it because it didn't happen.
What a sick bitch. I can't.
Oh, well, now I'm looking at someone hanging up Christmas lights. What is TikTok? Oh, apparently Jesus Christ. Girl, apparently she accused her mom of essaying her son.
Do you not know what she's accused her mom of? And she had her mom on live like
yesterday.
10 days ago.
Yeah.
She's left Pennsylvania being like, my mom, her grandma. She yelled.
Did she accuse her mom of like killing someone that she used to date?
Yes. 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 Where are we? Wake the fuck up. This bitch is insane. I just spat everywhere, but it's like, thank you. I have so many questions. We have not done this episode justice because we have so much to go through.
And I don't want to do any of it. I don't want to go through that.
No, we don't. We're just whatever. Like, figure it out yourself. Not figure it out yourself. We'll be in there with you if you guys want. Like, we love you. But in the same sense, like, there's so much. There's so much to go through with her. Yes, she did. She accused her mom of murdering somebody, basically. Marco, that her mom used to date, and all of a sudden this guy fucking went missing and stuff, saying shit about her grandmother, and then constantly saying how she doesn't have support. She's a single mom. She doesn't have support from her mom and grandmother, and then being like, I'm trying to go to an influencer event in LA, and I can't get my mom and my grandma to watch my kids because they don't understand my career. Trashing her fucking family because she can't go to a fucking event. Bitch, are you fucking kidding me?
What event, girl?
First of all, it could have been like CrimeCon, or not CrimeCon, but it could have been like VidCon, or I don't care what it was. First of all, if you were actually invited and it was something like really crucial, if you were bringing in what you think you are, your family would have been there. Had you not trashed them to try to get a fucking platform. Do you think I'm going to fucking make Lynn come in here and embarrass her? No, I'm gonna make her come in here and show how much of a Barbie she looks like.
I love her so much.
Cleaning her house you saw her head to toe. This woman got ready to clean her house. Chelsea saw her. She literally looks like Barbie right now.
Mm-hmm.
Matching cleaning outfit. I'm like, Mom, where did you get that on a day-to-day to just go work? I don't even know where she got that to just like work out. My workout clothes don't look like that. She's like, oh, this little thing? Lynn's a fucking queen. You think I would ever embarrass my mother?
Well, and then also, like, embarrassing your kids.
Same thing, yeah. I say my children's names. You don't. And I love that. I love that about you.
Mm-hmm.
I respect that so much about you.
Yeah, but to each their own.
I know that you don't think anything less of me of like putting certain things, like when I was pregnant in my career or whatever, like pregnant with my true crime, everyone was like, it's Clout Baby, you know? Like the whole reason why Clout Baby came about was I was pregnant, and then it was one video and you could hear Reverie crying in the background, and I had like filming to do, you know, we've got like deadlines to do, so I was like, just bring her in. Brent brings her in, and then I'm sitting there and I introduce her and then feed her, whatever, not like directly on camera, but like I'm like, hey, here she is. And then he takes her away like when I'm done, and I continue filming. And this one random person was just like, oh my God, you're disgusting. Like true crime. Not only are you using true crime for clout, but you're using your baby for clout. And I was like, yep, that's exactly what I do. Clout Baby. And then from there on, it was Clout. I use my children for clout. I have children for clout. Clout Baby. And so Clout Baby is now almost 4 years old, and people are like, how is she 4 years old? You were breastfeeding, or, you know, like going to breastfeed this little infant on camera. And there's a way to fucking put your family on fucking line tastefully, and not the way that she's just like, I hate my mom and I will never put my address anywhere. Not because of the trolls that she calls everybody, but my mom and my grandma. Like, she specifically says her mom and her grandma, and then puts her mom on a fucking live.
Just like, imagine that being your life.
That's what I think.
It's just so wild. And yet she's like, sorry that I'm successful, and when I have a mansion and I'm in a gated community. From what, Adrielle? How are you going to get that money? How are you going to get millions and millions of dollars? By continuing to live battle and live stream on TikTok and continue to beg for money? I don't think that's going to work for you. Especially now that it has been confirmed that you are a pedophile.
I don't like to say, you neither, like, don't like to say things like without as much facts as we possibly can have and ask somebody. And for us to go into that live just now and be like, what about the 13-year-old? And that be like not even acknowledged, and being like, I want money to talk, and then muted. That's enough. If that was me, I'd be like, fucking come on live right now and I'll fucking tell you. That's bullshit. She didn't even say it was a lie.
It's just like, I feel like this was a great example of the difference between like the professionalism of like, hey, no, that's unethical to pay someone for like an interview or for a statement, because like journalistically, that's what we would be doing. I mean, this is a podcast, right? And we do commentary. But them being like, oh, I don't do that for free. Well, then I guess you don't do them, because who in their right mind is going to pay you money to talk about something? My time is valuable. How much is it worth? A galaxy? 3
Say it for
roses?
free.
No, it's not.
Say it for free on your own fucking platform.
Yeah, it's so
Deny it
wild.
for free. When you see that in your comments, deny it for free. We don't need to go on a podcast. We don't need to do anything.
Yeah.
It's there. The guy pulled up your IP address. That's fucked up. He pulled up her IP address, saying that that was her assigned to that Reddit post. If that was me and that was untrue, you think I would be in there in a live battle saying, oh, the trolls are here? I'd be sitting there on a fucking video being like, are you kidding me right now? No, I fucking didn't do this.
Yeah.
Bring your proof, dox me, do whatever you need so that you can show that that wasn't me. Let my address be shown, especially because her address would have been gone at that point.
If someone was accusing me of that, you bet your ass I wouldn't even send a cease and desist. I would serve them papers. Because if it is not true, then that is libel.
Yeah.
That is defamation.
Yeah.
Yet she has not done that.
No.
Interesting.
Babe, that was enough that we were in there saying exactly. I recorded the whole thing. I literally said 13-year-old everything. She's just ignoring and then started muting and being like, oh, it's trolls. If it was me, that would be done.
It was so long ago. I wonder if the like past coworkers or like the superintendent or whoever would be able to talk to me, or if they're still alive. Because usually those people are like older. Kelly, do your thing. I'll text her, but I'll have her figure it out.
I'm not concerned. And you know me, it's like if I think that we're crossing a line, if I think that there are certain things that, same with you. Like, I know you and I aren't going to talk about things that we don't want to say with our chest or back up and have enough. Which is why there was like a point of both of us like reviewing everything with this like AFF and stuff and being like, what's going to go on? And then when I literally saw the backtrack of the IP addresses and everything, I was like, okay. And then I go to her and there's nothing. She's just like, oh, troll. It's always trolls.
You're just jealous because I'm successful.
Yeah, it's... Anyways, you're dirty. Adriel, you're dirty. We wanted to talk to you. You didn't want to talk to us. It is what it is.
Adriel, I have 3 questions for you. 1, what gives you the right? 2, how dare you? And 3, what shade of deck stain is that? What brand is that? Is that Krylon? Is that Sherwin-Williams? What is that? You get that at Home Depot? How long does that take to dry? Like 2 days? What do your bed sheets look like? All right,
so
well, I am
fucking
going
done.
to...
But I do need to know the shade. Wait, hey, but also comment, because I do need a tan. I need the shade, so please tell us, because I am pale.
You will use some St. Mirrorball, the dark
yeah.
one. You're fine. Anyways, so we appreciate you. Go check out our Patreon. You'll see the song on there about Adrielle. We might put it on like the end screen. Jesus Christ. I think I can help out with this Pam situation. So yeah, so we may put it on there with, depending on how it comes out. If it's not as horrible, then it'll go on the end screen of this episode. If it is horrible,
can
Patreon.
I approve it? Because I think I already know how amazing it's going to be. So can I be the one to approve?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, so we will see you in our next episode. That is hopefully not going to be late, and we appreciate you. And Adrielle Sigler, you are truly a cancer to society and a dirty hemorrhoid on the internet landscape of today. So stay feral.
Damn the man.
And save the empire.
Damn the man! Save the empire!
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.